Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. It is time for the 80s. We are here for Atari Twilight with some Tales from the Loop. Again, we are down a member of our cast, but that's okay. We're going to drive on, and we're going to meet with greatness. And definitely not get eaten by the Predator, because everyone said that's not real, Mitch. Here to confirm whether or not that is real, Greg, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about Atari Twilight.
Oh, my friend, I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of the Predator, but I am here to tell you that my name is Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. We are here to do some Atari Twilight, which is a Tales from the Loop 80s that never was, set in Garrett, Maryland. You see the cast of characters arrayed before you. If you haven't watched them yet, prepare to fall in love with both the 80s and with them. Without any more fanfare, let's get into it, man.
Sweet. Unfortunately missing last week, but here this week, Frags, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am KW Frags. Here on Twitch, on Twitter. Yeah, just hanging out. I am playing Robert Ott. He's a bit strange, and we're gonna figure out what kind of stuff he's been doing since we last met.
Sweet. We all wonder what you've been doing.
We'll figure it out.
Both in-game and out.
Hey, man.
That's true, you're a man of mystery. Speaking of man of mystery, the beardless Mr. Bitters. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I still say I'm more bearded than you are.
But
I'm Mr. Bitters. I hate everything. And you can find me here, mostly, on Mondays. And that's about it. Also, Mr. Bitters CA on Twitter. But, you know, if you want to get the tweets I retweet directly, just go to unMadeGaming's Twitter. Yeah.
Well done. Solid plug. Solid plug. Speaking of solid plugs, Mike, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Mike, the Anonymous Rhino. I'm playing George Butts. You can also find me, I got the order wrong, but you can find me on Twitter at BaloneySlap. George Butts, he's, he's popular. He's, the ladies love him. Without a doubt. He's also not a very good DJ, but he's trying.
DJ Butts.
DJ Butts.
Perfect. Guys, I will remind you, you can interact with the show by checking that donation section down below for Nat 1s, Nat 20s, all kinds of fun stuff that you can throw at the game and at Greg. I will also remind you that we are a sponsored stream, finally. We are sponsored by the Dice of Berlin. They are a custom-made D&D 5e dice set that is color-coded per the dice itself. They also make a bunch of hand-lazed wooden tokens for your battle mats if you play in person. It is a super awesome product, and you should definitely go check it out. You can use the coupon code UMG, save yourself $1, and kick back some cash to the stream so we can do some more cool shit like pretend like we know what we're doing on this DJ app. So, without further ado, Greg, take us into the 80s that never was.
Absolutely, my friend. We were going to go back now to 1987 in the 80s that never was, but here we are in Garrett, Maryland, and just to set the stage, usually I like to dive right into the world, but last time we saw this group of characters, minus Rob, it was the 4th of July weekend of 1987. It is 2 months later, as school in the greater Garrett area has begun. It is Thursday, September 3rd, 1987. Now, as the boys, as we do not have Sam today, get back into academic life, we are going to start off here in Garrett, Maryland, with a chance to introduce how the boys make money or how they have to spend their time to either generate an income or better themselves. And so as we begin to go into the Garrett that never was, and we look around and in the distance we see the magnet loaders coming over the north, we see the robotic windmills in this a decidedly different past, but still very much the same. And among the things that are the very same, it is, of course, the music. And if you have your Spotify playlist, those of you watching live and those of you watching on YouTube, it is now a good time to click on Night Ranger The Secret of My Success. And we find out exactly what the secret of success for the boys in front of us will be. Cue it up and let's go. So, as we pull down into Garrett, Maryland, we see Ben McKenzie as he cuts through several straps of bound newspapers, the printed front saying the Garrett Times News Evening Edition. And as he cuts through the twine that binds them together, he furiously rolls them and wraps a rubber band around them, putting them lengthwise into a side-slung holster. Huge news bag as he loads it up. On the front of his bike, another news bag is draped over it, already filled with papers, and slightly muffled is the song that we are listening to, Secret of My Success. And as he finally rolls the last one, he looks up at his buddy Jerry, who is helping him deliver the evening edition, and he says, "Man, thanks again, Jerry. I really appreciate it."
Yeah, I told you you'd have to cut me in, though.
Absolutely. We better get going.
Yeah, it's better this way for me anyway. I don't like to get my name on the books. Have a paper trail.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I guess Jerry will offer his own bag for some of the papers and do a large portion of the lugging of these papers.
Okay, so Ben, who is about half the size of Jerry, readily gives one of the bags over to him as the two of you with almost, Western slung newspaper bags on either side jump onto your bikes and begin to go through the town of Garrett. And as you cross out of the Tradewinds trailer park and you're heading down towards the heart of Garrett, up ahead you see Garrett Auto Body. And as you're riding, Ben gets ready, a couple unrolled about 5 or 10 pages of paper as he comes by and dumps them in the front. And Mitch, you see the two of your friends zip by the front of the auto body shop as Ben waves, "Papers!"
Hey, man! And you would see Mitch in all his triumphant glory. He is grease splattered, as if he's been rolling around the undercarriage of a car, because really he has. There's grease up to his eyes, there's grease on his neck. He doesn't have coveralls, so his shirt has a few tears in it, covered in grease. His hands are black, but he has the biggest smile on his face, while his friend, Jim, sits in a lawn chair, reclined, feet up on his snap-on tackle box. Hey kid, and he points to the car. "Oh, yes, sorry, Jim." And he goes back under the lifted car and begins cranking with a ratchet set on some part of the car that I don't understand because I don't know cars. But it sure requires a ratchet set. And he just whistles along, happily doing Jim's job for him as he learns how to take apart and rebuild cars.
And as there aren't any labor laws yet to drive by and scream seeing a 12-year-old boy underneath a hydraulic lift working on a car, it is, of course, 1987, as Jerry and Ben wind their way deeper into Garrett. And as they cross the de facto Mason-Dixon line of the town and head into the goods section, delivering papers to residences and to commercial areas alike, they pass by the front of Sam's house. And while Sam is not there, on a large beach chair outside catching the last of the summer's rays is Veronica, as she has a pair of headphones on, a Walkman at her side, and glasses as she is sunbathing, and you all pass by. Ben turns and looks, "Oh my God," and he just keeps looking straight ahead. Jerry, what do you do?
I almost hit a parked car.
Almost, or
Yeah,
actually hit a parked
like real close. I think his pedal scrapes the bumper.
Okay, so as Jerry course corrects, Ben turns around. Are you okay, man? That's Veronica over
Oh, I know, buddy.
Ben getting like perhaps like a fear boner, just like rides faster. Like he this is foreign territory. He's just going faster to get away. And as you all kind of ride, you take a U through the popular area, cross down to the lower block, and all the while, Ben rocketing out papers. Jerry, you're rocketing out papers to the known addresses. And you turn onto the road that has George Butts's house. And there with its interesting topiaries out front, George, you're in the front yard, and we discussed several things that George could be doing, but why don't you tell me what George is doing?
George is just developing inner character. You know, he's really finding his center and his peace, but hating it the whole time because he's forced to do it. He doesn't dare do some of it outside. So if you ever catch him outside, it's at best going to be him painting, especially that one bush. You know which one I'm talking about. That one. He likes to paint that one a lot, and he gets pretty creative with it. Sometimes there's a bloom, sometimes there's no bloom, sometimes there's several blooms. You know, so you know, and his mom loves it. She loves it every time. She wants to like take it to an art show. It's you know, she really believes in her son.
And if it wasn't Mrs. Butts who was admiring the paintings, would they be any good?
You know, that art gallery will tell, you know, whenever that happens.
I mean, art is subjective. I mean, we can't, no one can say what is great art or what is poor art, but I was just wondering if the mass media would think it was okay.
You know, he really expresses himself in his art. So.
Of course. Okay, so as Jerry and Ben pass by, Ben never really makes direct eye contact to the specific bush. He knows it's there. It's more of a peripheral moving the eyes and not the head gaze at it. But he throws, and George, you would see a paper expertly land on your front porch as Ben waves and goes by. Jerry, what do you do?
He would also hear another paper probably like clatter through a window. Sorry.
Fucking. Coos. Let me get us back to me.
And so as the mantra continues for George Butts, the last of the loop through the popular area of Garrett concludes as the two boys, Jerry and Ben, come forward, and there ahead of them is the last commercial destination they have for the remaining 10 papers in their bag. And as they go towards Ping's Fine Chinese Cuisine, they go to the bright blue Garrett Times News feeder, open it up, and put the papers in, close it, and reset it for paid value as Ben bangs on the glass and waves in. And Rob, what are you doing inside?
Rob's got an apron on. It's white and he's got it just super tight around him, like it almost looks like a form-fitting dress because it's so big and it's made for someone who's adult size, right? And he's got a big white bus tub, and the bang startles him, and he turns around and he sees that, and he just puts his knee up, hey. And then he picks it up and turns around and kind of starts waddling back off to the kitchen.
Ben would turn to Jerry. Jerry, it's Rob.
I see. Yeah. He's in there cooking cat again, I guess.
As we cut away from Jerry and Ben, we follow Rob into the heart of Ping's Fine Chinese Cuisine. And Ping herself, the woman that cooks, runs, owns, and operates this restaurant, is busy also serving the food as this is 5 o'clock and several of the people that are coming home from work at the beginning of this school year, but always the occupational year for many of those that work at the Loop and work at several of the other retail spaces in Garrett, are stopping by to either pick up food or sit in the restaurant and eat themselves. But Rob, when you kind of pass by with your large tub full of dishes, you pass by the cashier, who happens to be May. May is the 14-year-old daughter of Ping. And as she turns and looks at you with her brilliant green eyes, do you need any help?
No, May, I got it. And he's gonna like look down and try not to make eye contact with her. It's fine. It's not heavy.
Okay. And she's moving as if she's going to help, and the phone rings. And just be careful. And she turns back around and she picks it up, and you hear her say, Ping's Fine Chinese Cuisine. And she grabs the pad and begins to write. And as you're looking back at her now, and you're able to not experience her looking at you and you looking at her and falling into the green eyes that she possesses, you see again that she is now sporting what looks to be a sprained ankle that was gifted to her in a volleyball practice session the night prior. And there is a crutch leaned up against the cash register as she kind of leans on her left leg, elevating the right with just the toes dropped onto the tile behind. For the audience, what does Rob think of Meg?
Rob has he doesn't know what the feeling is. He just knows the first time he felt it was for May, and it scares him, and it gives him the butterflies and the tinglies, and she used to be a friend, and now he's not sure what she is. And he likes May, but he doesn't know what that means. He knows what it means, but he doesn't know if that's something he's about.
He's confused then. He's charting waters unmarked and following a star that he believes to be the correct course. Gotcha. And to answer a question in chat, is this Chinese joint like in the mall or actual good food? Actual good food. This is not, buffet style. Listen, I love buffet style. I'm just saying that if your experience is mall food being greasy and whatnot, this is traditional Chinese cuisine. And it is very appreciated here in the town of Garrett. As you set down the tub full of dishes, Rob, you see May come back with her crutch, and she immediately kind of sticks this as the cook begins to look at it and package something up. We got a delivery. Can you, do you know how to drive a scooter?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to roll a.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, no, I don't know how to ride a scooter.
Yeah, let's roll a. How about a charm?
Okay. Oh,
Did you get it?
I got one success. Yeah.
So she looks and narrows her eyes for a moment and then goes, okay, all right, so here's the key. And she gives it to you. And she immediately, it takes about 15 minutes for the order to be ready. It's packaged up in fine, perfect white carry-out containers that are unlike what we see nowadays, as these are almost to the point of being reusable. People around town love these things because they actually take them and use them to keep other things in, fruit and leftovers from their own, because they're just so well made and so long lasting. And so, you know, ordering to Ping's is a twofer. You get good food and you get good containers. And so she hands you the key to what the town calls the Ping Mobile. You know it to be parked out back.
Well, is there like a slip on it that already has the address?
Mm-hmm. You notice that it's pretty close to George's house.
How heavy is it? Is it like a lot of food, or is it just like, just, a noodle and rice or something?
It seems to be a good bit. If you had to make a guess, you'd say for at least 5 people, but the Ping Mobile does have baskets, so you will not have to carry it.
Okay.
You'll be able to focus on your driving that you said you could do.
Okie dokie. And he's just gonna take the keys from her. Be right back. And then he's gonna go out to the back and set the food in the crate, kind of do a couple stretches. Okay, you got it.
May opens up the back door. Is Rob wearing his helmet?
He wouldn't have been wearing it at work, but as he's walking out the back door where he's got his backpack and all the stuff hanging up in his jacket, he's gonna pull it out of his bag. So
yeah, she comes out with like a bike helmet and she sees that you have yours on and she goes, "Oh, good, you okay, be careful." And she goes back inside. You are now straddling a red 3-wheeled Honda Gyro.
3-wheeler, huh?
It is.
Give me a second while I totally not look that up.
It's real. And if you look what gyro stands for, you will see the lost in translation.
Oh, yes. Okay. I see this now. All right. I'm guessing it makes a funny noise when it goes to. It's like,
It does, but this bad boy can get up to around 55 miles an hour. So it's got a little torque to it.
Oh, okay. So Rob's gonna get on it, and I guess we're not gonna get into if it's crank start or key ignition thing going on.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Some of the versions had kick starts. We're gonna just say that this is a key turn since it's 87. Okay. It's close enough to be able to do that. So yeah, you are able to put the key in, turn it, and it comes to life.
Okay, he's gonna flip the visor down on his helmet, roll out, and he's just gonna take off, but it's gonna be like a like for like at least 4 or 5 lurches until he kind of gets into the street and can kind of get it under control and make his way up towards the address.
Okay, and we're going to say for narrative purposes too. Also, anybody listening or watching at home, just for shits and giggles, cue up Stan Bush's The Touch. I know it's Mitch's song, but it's a good time to do so as Optimus just rolled out. So as you kind of jerk, and finally longer between the jerks, Jerry and Ben are across the way, having just gotten 2 bottles of soda outside of the iced area at the thrift store right across the street, as Ben takes a drink and looks over at Jerry and goes, "He's riding the Pingmobile."
Yeah, I bet you he wishes he was riding Bay, though.
What does Yeah, I bet.
I think Jerry will just punch Ben in the arm.
Hi, thanks. Okay, so we're gonna say that I'm not even gonna make a roll here because listen, if you're wearing an Optimus Prime helmet, you're gonna fucking know how to drive this scooter. So after about a quarter of a mile, Rob, you get this shit. You got it nailed. You figure All right, you got the wheel turn radius, not that much different than a bike. You don't have to pedal. The hills are no problem. You zip up by and you pass by the house of George Butts as George is either presumably finishing up his oil painting or maybe he's just getting into the good parts. But George, where are you in your process?
Today he's definitely working on the bloom. So you definitely catch him like switching out from the the darker colors. Now he's getting into that lighter pastels. He's he's getting out the lighter brush and everything, the finer detailed brush and everything.
Okay. Rob, when you drive by, do you say anything to George? Do you call attention to the fact that you are expertly driving the Pingmobile, or how do you act?
I may try to downshift a little bit to try to get some some cojones out of the Pingmobile, and yeah, and just I guess, does it have a horn on it?
It's got a bell, so it's more like a ding 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 ding, but it doesn't have anything.
Well, Rob's gonna think that it sounds much cooler than it does, because he thinks it sounds cool, but he's gonna and just kind of see if George is looking at him.
The fuck? Is that the Pingmobile? You see him looking at you.
Wait, if he catches him, that's when he's gonna downshift. If he can see him looking at him, and he's gonna lose control a little bit, almost hit a sideswipe a car.
George gives you one of these.
Yeah, and he's just gonna hold up the fist.
And as soon as you look away, it turns into one of these. Fucking dork.
Okay, as you go around the corner, you're trying to find the address, and as you look around, you realize first off, you don't usually deliver. May does most of it, but this is a place that whenever you're helping with the paper route, you're not sure that this address, you're not really sure. And as you kind of round the corner onto Sam Street, but Sam Street house is farther down on the right, you come up to what just as of yesterday afternoon was a vacant lot. And now there's a small Victorian house sitting there. You would guess anywhere from 3 to 4 bedrooms. You've never seen this house before, Rob.
Okay, and this is the 80s, so there's no chance these people paid by credit card over the phone.
None.
All right. So Rob would know for a fact that this house was not there last week.
Absolutely. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. This was a vacant lot. This is where people would play baseball. This is where people would kind of throw trash. It was a vacant lot in an otherwise very nice neighborhood. And as you look at the address, you can see that the next house on the left side of the street is one number up and is one number down. And this lot that now has a house on it is the number that you're supposed to deliver to.
Is there anybody outside? Not of this house, just in vicinity. If I was to be like, hey, is there anybody around that would hear me? No? Doesn't
seem to be anybody. You hear a lawnmower in the distance, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere close.
Okay. Now is this it just looks like a normal Victorian house? It's not like Monster House style rickety, It movie creepy, is it?
It looks like it's very well maintained.
Okay.
The lawn looks immaculate. It looks very much like George Butts' house. It doesn't have the unique topiaries, but everything seems to have the hand of a gardener applied to it, as shrubs, trees, no stray branches, no fallen dead. The lawn has been raked. It is very, very nice in this very, very nice neighborhood.
Okay, Rob's gonna convince himself that he doesn't get to this neighborhood as often as he should, and with technology nowadays, they could easily erect a house in a week and have people moved in and bushes planted that are trimmed so well in a yard that looks like it's been here for. Oh no. Yeah, Rob's gonna go to the door. Rob's gonna go to the door, but he's not gonna be happy. He's definitely gonna be on edge. Like he's not just gonna like, I'm here to deliver Chinese food. No, he's gonna walk up to the door like, shit. You know, like he's on a swivel.
Okay. As you get up to the door opens on its own accord, and you see about 7 people, a mixture of 3 men and 4 women, walk out. They walk right by you and they're talking. Oh, yes, blah, 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 blah. You know, just, oh, the weather, it's fantastic. They cross right by you, walk down the steps of this porch and leave. And as you kind of turn and go back up towards the door, another group of 7 come out. This time it's 3 men and 4 women. As they walk past you. Oh, the weather, it's beautiful this time of year. And they walk and cross down in front of you. And another group of 7 come out. Oh, the weather, it's beautiful. And they cross and down. And you see them kind of just walking out into Garrett. No one is driving a car. No one is riding a bike. They are splitting off in pairs of 2 or 3.
Is the door still open?
It's closed.
Okay. Rob's gonna be confused. He's gonna wonder who the Chinese food's for. Excuse me. He's still gonna just go up to the door because he doesn't know what to do. He's definitely not coming back without money, so he's, you know, at least got to make an attempt.
There is a doorbell.
Ding dong.
And as the sounds in the home, the door opens and a woman standing there, and she goes, "Oh, it's the food." And she gives you a $20 bill. The price of the food is right around 15, like $14.85.
He's gonna go pull some change out of his pockets.
She takes the bag and says, "Keep the change," and turns and closes the door.
And Rob is so glad that she said keep the change, because he was just doing that as like a gesture, hoping that she was going to say that, because he definitely didn't have $5 to like give her back. So
Rob, as you continue back to the Pingmobile, you realize that inside your mask, you see a light.
is it on the visor, or is it like inside the helmet? Like,
You see it inside the helmet.
he's gonna pull it off and just look at it.
There seems to be a yellow blinking button inside your helmet.
I'm gonna push it.
As soon as you push it, you can't really hear, but you hear a voice begin to say something.
No. And he's gonna put it in the cage on the Pingmobile, or he's gonna pull his apron off. The whole time he's had the apron on. He's gonna pull the apron off, wrap up the helmet in the apron, and put it in the basket. Ooh. Just take off. Like he doesn't know what to do. He can't vocalize. He's too excited or freaked out. You can't really tell if you're looking at him from a distance. It looks like a combination of afraid and ecstatic.
Okay, so as you're peeling wheel in the Pingmobile back towards Ping's fine Chinese cuisine. You pass by Veronica as she's getting up and folding up the chair outside of Sam's house. I'm assuming, given your current state, are you paying her any mind as she is returning inside the house, or is this simply a quick return mission for Rob?
He'll side eye, but he's much too freaked because he's in his mind. He's seen way too many sci-fi movies. He's seen, read a whole bunch of comic books. He thinks this is either a government listening device or somehow he got a government listening device that he can hear other people or hear people's thoughts. He doesn't know. He's freaked out, and he's, he sees the movies. You find something cool, you take it somewhere, and you golem that bitch inside a cave. You just kind of open it up real slow and check it out.
Gotcha. So you're able to, you don't have to take the Pingmobile back to the restaurant. What does Rob do?
No, Rob's the kind of guy that would bring the Pingmobile back. He would definitely, that's not even a question to him. He would never think of taking that somewhere. Like, he barely was able to get it out of the freaking parking lot. So he doesn't want to be responsible for that. He doesn't want to get May in trouble. So he's just gonna come back and run inside, tell May, hey, I'm sorry here, and he's gonna give her the money and the receipt and everything. I gotta go. Something came up. I'll see you. He's gonna look in the calendar, see what day he works next.
What Monday?
Here, and he points as he's running out the back door, snatches up his backpack and his jacket.
As you're leaving, May goes, this is your tip. As you
not even gonna take it.
Okay, Rob, what do you do?
Rob's gonna get on his bike and ride. No, and he's gonna head home. He's gonna go home first. He wants to see if he can kind of get a grasp on what it is before he brings in the collective minds of his friends.
You get home without any type of event. Would Rob's parents be home? It's about 5:30, 5:45 on a Thursday evening.
They would be home, but they would be in separate rooms doing their own thing. It's not super family. Like, yeah, I have a family, but it's the start of the unconventional family dynamic. So he's, he just kind of, hey mom, hey dad, without stuttering, and just running straight up to his room. And when he gets in the room, he's gonna open up the helmet. Obviously he's got, he dims all the lights, he makes it super dramatic because he feels like this is a moment for him. And, he was finally right about being too smart. And he sits down and he unfolds the apron. He's just going to look at it and try to listen. He's going to close his eyes and just focus and see if he can hear what's coming out of this thing.
As soon as it's quiet, you don't have the ambient noise of the background or the Pingmobile or Garrett itself. As soon as you kind of unwrap it, it gets louder and louder. And even as you unwrap it all the way, you hear a very quiet. You think that if you got closer to it or even put it on, it would get louder. But even from this distance, you can hear urgent communique from Teletran 1. Urgent communique from Teletran 1. Urgent communique from Teletran 1.
Cool. He's gonna be almost face in it, like, hello?
The light continues to flash on the button. Urgent communique from Teletran 1. And as you get closer, urgent communique from Teletran 1. Urgent communique from Teletran 1.
Communique received. Broadcasting over.
Over and over. Urgent communique from Teletran 1. It flashes.
If I push the button again, does it do anything?
It depresses. And as soon as you get about halfway down in the give of the button, urgent communique from, and you hear an open line. Autobots, this is Optimus Prime. I fear our eternal war with the Decepticons has entered a dangerous new stage. In an effort to sow discontent between us and our human allies, a terrifying new weapon has been deployed. It would appear that Megatron has discovered a way to transform both himself and the rest of the Decepticons into humans. We will meet this new threat as we have met all the rest. Together with our human allies, we will continue the fight and use our friendship to light our darkest hour. Stay vigilant, my Autobots, until the day, until all are one. And you hear the close. The light just continues to beep.
Rob's gonna. You see Rob staring at the helmet, just wide-eyed, slack-jawed. Fuck. Like that's all he can. That's all he can think of. He thought he was gonna have a moment. He didn't know he was gonna have a moment. You know.
So, is it safe to say that Rob would confide in his friends at this point?
Yeah, no, he's the first chance he gets. What time? You said it's about 5-ish, something like that.
Right around 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, he's wrapping it back up, and you know the wheels are still spinning on his bike from when he got home, and he jumps back on. He runs back downstairs. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. And grabs his bike and hits it rolling. And he's headed for the hideout. Did we name it? Did we name the hideout?
Yes, you guys call it Astro Train, and it appears that Ben calls it the Falcon.
Okay.
The question would be, as you are in the nicer area of town, would you stop and is George Butts somebody that you confide in at this point? You heard that whenever you were away on vacation over 4th of July, that you were told all about this incident that occurred where the Magnatrains fired up and there was a message delivered and Sam and George helped, but you personally haven't had that experience with George. The rest of the group seems to have accepted he and Sam somewhat, but would Rob,
if it's on his way, if Rob doesn't have to turn around and go back up the street in the wrong direction, then as he was passing George, he'd say something to him. But if he's not going, he wouldn't go out of his way to go get George.
Yeah, we'll say that as you're riding out, you see that the maestro Butts is finished at least this portion of his bloom. Would you stop and say anything to him?
I'm trying to think. Would George know where our hidey hole is?
George does, yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't stop. I'd roll past George now on a bike instead of the Pingmobile. George!
In the jungle. What?
Head to the Falcon.
It's Falcon.
And he's just gonna keep on rolling. Hurry! Oh, my neighbors are gonna think that's weird.
That's perfect. No. Yeah, so George will start like he was finishing up. He just got the bloom. He put on the last touches of it. His mom will be proud. So he starts packing up his art supplies, and he actually probably just leaves it right there in the garden area, and just gets on his bike and he, like, grabs his backpack or whatever, and starts heading down the road.
And we will say, for the sake of narrative, as George follows Rob, and as Rob sees both Ben and Jerry, and as the return towards the mag truck graveyard takes them right past Garrett Auto Body, Mitch can be picked up along the way. But just as we had George Butts finish the last touches of his masterpiece, I believe that we should all play the Grateful Dead's Touch of Grey, as through the town of Garrett, the friends go, and quickly they arrive at the Falcon. And as you guys get there, the floor is yours, Rob.
You're muted.
I'm muted, yes. Everybody's here. We're all gathered. And I'm just gonna hold on. I have to mute. I can't think and listen to this at the same time. Sorry. Love the song though. He's gonna like in a dramatic reveal. Check this out. And he's gonna show him the blinking thing inside the helmet. He's just gonna hold it up
Put
to him.
batteries in it.
Watch. Wait, what did he do? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought okay. Anyway, he pressed the button. I forgot what made it go off. But yeah, he's gonna try to push the button one more time and see if it'll.
When you push the button, you hear no incoming communiques from Teletran 1. No incoming communiques from Teletran 1. No incoming communiques from Teletran 1.
Oh wow, he found something more annoying than you.
Not a feature of the helmet.
What do you mean?
What's a Teletran 1?
What's a communicate?
Autobots talk to me through my helmet.
That's not real.
I swear to God, Rob, if you make me agree with Butts, I'm gonna be really mad at you.
He's gonna look at the helmet and go, replay last communique. Replay last communique.
No new communiques from Teletran 1. No new communiques from Teletran 1.
Here, let me see that. I'll be gentle.
He's gonna give it to George. Don't drop it.
Oh yeah, it's fine. George presses the button and says, "This is Buttspot 1. Please play communique."
Rob's gonna get shifty-eyed at him because he knows he thinks he's mocking him. He knows he's mocking him.
Buttspot 1. Communique, please.
You hear the same robotic voice, but this time it says, "This device can only be activated by an Autobot. This device can only be activated by an Autobot."
Does that make me a Decepticon?
Ha! Nerd!
Rob's gonna he's gonna yank the helmet back. Maybe.
What's your Autobot name then?
Beatbox.
All right, I wasn't ready for that. Oh, George laughs in your face, just like this. He was not ready for you to say that. Oh
Boy.
well, Beatbot, bots or bots, box,
Box.
box. Okay, well, try announcing yourself and seeing if that works.
This is Autobot Beatbox. Replay last communique.
Autobot beatbox. No new communiques from Teletran 1. No new communiques from Teletran 1.
How'd you get it to say your name like that?
I don't know. Not working. Communicate wasn't from Teletran 1. It was from Optimus himself.
Rob, can I see it, man?
See? Rob's agitated now.
No, can I take a look at it?
Yes, but I am going to hold it.
Can I touch it?
Yes.
Greg, I want to like look in. So it's in like the mouthpiece, right? This flashing light, so you can kind of see it down. I want to look at this flashing light and see like where the fuck it's coming from. Like where is it hardwired into? What is this thing?
Roll and investigate for me.
I can do that. Those are words that I know. Investigate. Nope.
You look and, I mean, you'd have to break it to, and you know what that would do to Rob.
Right. Yeah, so he kind of like adjusts the helmet, like because I think the mouthpiece moves up and down, right? He adjusts it, and you can see it like he's tugging it kind of from Rob as he's trying to like adjust against Rob's grip, and he's like trying to like peel it apart, and you can know where the two pieces of plastic meet where they're fused together. He's trying to like look inside, and that's probably when he catches Rob just giving him the meanest look in the possible world. And he's like, sorry, man, is that like was that there the whole time? Did it always like did it always blink like that?
No. I noticed it after delivery, and he's just going to kind of put it on his head absentmindedly, just because that's normally what he does with it.
You noticed it after a delivery? You don't deliver.
Yeah, he was riding a pingmobile.
Dude, you get to ride the pingmobile? That's fucking awesome.
He's just going to go, I know, right?
Did you ride with May?
No.
Well, maybe next time.
I bet he'd like to ride May. Right, Jerry?
Nice. Good one, Ben.
You definitely, Ben got a chuckle out of George on that one, which is rare.
All right,
So,
let's see how it is.
So you went on a delivery. I'm sure you wore the helmet there. What did you... And you just noticed it was like a blinking light?
She signed for the food, and next thing I know, there is a blinking light inside of my helmet, and he's gonna pull it off and like just press it and just kind of try to move it around.
Basically, every time you press it, if you kind of interrupt it, it'll be no new communiques from Teletran 1.
It's not a feature.
It's
And he's
never
gonna
done that
he's
before?
he's gonna lift it up. No, are there wires coming out of this thing? Like is there light? Like what is do the wires lead anywhere? Is there anything?
I'll have you roll an investigate if you'd like, and you know this better than anybody. So I will actually give you a bit of advantage on this, as this is your iconic item. You have, so you get 2 rolls for this one, and we'll see how you do.
That one was a flop. And I guess this is investigate with the. I think that says 2 successes. I don't know. It's kind of mushed up on my screen.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Rob, as you look into this helmet that you have either held, worn, or had in your possession for a very long time, there are no wires going to this button. It is blinking. The batteries that transform your voice into Optimus Prime, they're in a completely different area. This is a button set on blank plastic with no wires attached to it and no discernible means to power the light, let alone the voice that's coming from the headphones or the speakers that did not exist before.
I don't know how this thing got here, but it talked, and it was Optimus. He's gonna put the helmet back on, pull the cage down, and try to make that Optimus voice. Does it still sound the same?
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded like this. Whatever. So, but it was him.
What did he say though?
Oh man, you know what? I know it's right there, but I don't feel like Rob would remember every single detail.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Something about the descent.
This is gonna take all day. Put the mask down.
Something about the Decepticons turning into humans.
Turning into humans? Does that happen? He looks at Mitch, just assuming Mitch knows. Does that happen in the comics or the shows or whatever?
And you see Mitch, like, eyes go wide and his mouth kind of slack. And then he goes, "The Predator was a robot!"
What the hell is wrong with you guys?
Why do you keep saying you guys, Jerry?
You're encouraging them.
What if the Predator was a robot? And it wasn't a person at all, it was just a robot. The loop makes robots. You remember the message? What if the robot got out and was killing people?
But
they said they were going to destroy the world. What if they made a whole army of robots?
But they haven't killed anybody.
What about Butch and what's his name? Or Dutch?
Yeah, they fucking skipped town, dude.
I don't believe you.
They did.
Prove it.
They're
Call
not
them
here.
on the phone. They could be dead. In the woods somewhere.
Or they could be enjoying the life of a salty seaman.
1, gross. 2, what?
They went fishing, bro. I
Who
mean, dude.
goes fishing?
Butch and Cassidy.
Yes,
Not
sure.
Cassidy, wow. Butch and the other guy.
Dutch.
Dutch.
I don't think they did, man. And again, why is Chris in the loony bin? What did he see that made him go crazy? They look like they just beat up Veronica. That doesn't make you go crazy.
He didn't go crazy, first of all. He went more catatonic. That's
When
not
we
exactly
saw
crazy.
him, now he's in the crazy house.
So there's this stigma that I feel like you have against people that need mental help. And it's okay. It's okay for them to, right? But I wouldn't call it the crazy house.
That's where they put people.
Because you might have to
when
be
they're
there
crazy.
yourself then.
Shut up, man.
What about predators?
Listen, whatever, man. I don't know. No, Transformers don't turn into people. They turn into Transformers.
So how about this? How about we go back and we try to find the bodies?
Yes.
There's nobody found bodies.
The house that I delivered to had 14 people walk out.
It's a
Okay, they might have
Very
been having a party
specific
and then
number of
people. Well, that's kind of rude. They like kick people out so they could have dinner. That's a little bit non-gracious, but okay. I mean, that is a lot of people, but
That is what I am trying to say. Why would they have Chinese food?
I like Chinese food. We could fit more than 14 people at my house.
I meant after the party.
I mean, this is America, man. If you don't like that, you can get out.
Rob's gonna casually mention about the house and the lot, since George lives there.
So, I mean, how casually do you mention it?
Like, so how long's that house been there? I see the lot got a house, something along those lines. But
So,
very drawn out.
Greg, immediately. I mean, I'm assuming it's my neighborhood. I would have noticed, or did I never know about this house?
As far as you know, George, there is a vacant lot, like right around the corner from your house
Yeah.
on Sam Street, but you don't know of any house that's been there, and you've been by that place just 24 hours ago, last evening.
Okay. Because it would it technically, could we say it's like on the way home from Sam's to my house? I would pass by that lot.
Yeah, if you guys went like east and went around the block and came back, yeah, you would.
It's one of the routes that we could take.
Absolutely, yep.
What are you talking about? That lot's still there. I saw it on my way home from Sam's last night.
That's the house I delivered.
Are you sure you just didn't get the wrong address? You went to a different place that always had a house?
It was the lot.
Why don't we go check it out?
Yeah, okay. It's not too far away. Let's pedal.
It takes you guys about 15, 20 minutes if you all decide to leave the Falcon or Astro train. And 15, 20 minutes later, you're across the street. And George, there in a lot to be vacant 24 hours ago, there's a fucking house.
What the fuck?
Huh?
This is a big fucking house.
Dude, that's a big
Yeah.
house.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you say you went by there last night?
Yeah, I come this way every once in a while from Sam's.
Man, you can't build a house in one day.
No. Well, I mean, I heard that the Amish can like raise a barn, but that's not a house.
And there's no Amish.
That's true.
I mean, technically, I'm from that area. There's probably some Amish around here in Maryland.
Oh, there's a ton, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got
I'm
Amish,
just from
you've got
above
Pennsylvania
Carroll
Dutch,
County.
you've got the Mennonites, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
no,
oh, yeah.
we're definitely in Maryland, not Maine. We're not in Maine. Oops.
Jeez. Oh wow.
I thought we was in Derry.
Let me just get these
Why are you like this?
laugh
do you
muscles
think?
taken.
He looks to. Hey, Butts. Like money can't. You can't pay your way through a house that fast, right? You can't like.
No, I mean they'd have to like airlift a house in. They'd have to. Yeah, there's no way this would have to be pre-built.
I mean, I've seen those like half houses that come in like half on a truck, but they're not this big or like.
No. Yeah, no, that's not what this is. Look at this, Greg. I'm assuming it's like a nice like brick and mortar house. Like it looks.
It's exactly. It goes along the same type of the architecture as the rest of the street, and because of the age of this Victorian home, it places it with the rest of Garrett.
Oh, it's a Victorian style. Okay.
Yeah, which would be like turn of the century to 1920s. So it looks like it's been here as long as all the other houses on the oldest street in Garrett. So it's been.
I mean, yeah. No, Mitch, you're right. I mean, look at the rest of the houses. I mean, this thing is not like a modern house.
Yeah. How did it get here, man?
I don't know. So Does this place like is it just like a nice open yard to the house, or is there like a bush or some sort of like wall or something?
No, there's no like secret garden type of thing. There's a low-lying shrub. I mean, you can see the full front of the house from where you guys are. And as you're sitting there talking and your conversation extends into the 5-6 minute mark, you see 7 people come out of the house, 3 guys, 4 girls. You see 7 people come out of the house, another 4 guys, 3 girls comes out. 4 girls, 3 guys.
Now, do they all look individual, or do they all like look the same?
Oh yeah, they all
As
look
the last
different. I mean, yeah, there's nobody.
As the last group, like so, each group looks different. There's not. It's not like we're seeing some clones here.
No, not at all. Yeah, all people in each group look different.
What are they wearing? Like, what kind of clothes are they wearing? Like labs, or like are they wearing?
Yeah, I mean, you've got some
Casual?
Gap apparel. You got some like Benetton. I mean, you got like I mean, everything looks like there's a couple polos, double popped. And they just seem to be walking out into Garrett proper. Nobody is getting in a car. Nobody is riding a bike. They all just take to the sidewalks and walk down. And how about all of you roll an investigate check?
I'm not good at this. Let's do it. Yikes.
Yep, they all walk out.
They sure do.
Now, is there anybody going in ever at all in the time we've been here?
You haven't seen anybody go in, but this is another 21 people that have come out of the house. Rob, and you were on the porch when 21 people came out the last time.
Yeah. See? Same thing.
Well, so hold on now. This is a pretty big house, and so my mom had this one party one time where like everybody put all their keys in this like old fishbowl. So maybe this is something like that, and they're like they lost their keys. They couldn't find their keys in there.
Odd numbers.
So sometimes you bring a friend. Like, I mean, there's 4 of us now, so or is Ben here? There's not a number of us here.
I'm not having a key party with you guys.
Why do a bunch
Hey man, are you sure? Are you sure it's not like the same people? Is this different people than the last time? Maybe they're just going in and out. Maybe they had to get like a beer run.
I'm honestly gonna say I don't think Rob paid attention enough to what the people look like.
And judging on our shitty investigation rolls,
Yeah.
I don't think we hit the marks.
Okay, so this is weird, right? If what you guys say is true, but what are you suggesting?
How about Jerry? You look the part. Go ask him for like some spare change for the bus. See what they say. See if they give you over money.
Who's that supposed to mean?
You get money afterwards if they have money to give you.
No. I look the part. Suddenly you're better than us.
Look, that's
Look,
an opinion thing, and I'm not interested in like.
Wait.
Let's get down to the facts. The fact is that they might give you money.
Hey,
You don't have to show off in front of your girlfriend right now, okay?
She's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rob, do you have a menu to pings?
Rob's not, but he knows. Like you trying to order something? He knows what's up.
No, I'm trying to order something. I want a menu.
You want that
Sounds like
Devon
a joke.
Wait,
Wait, you hungry?
You want the duck sauce?
I'll hook you up, man. You want some Rangoon?
You know I can get that, man, for free.
Well,
You're on the back.
Rangoon, man. I can throw you in a couple extra spring
man.
rolls, son.
Man, get like if you go up, you delivered right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go up with the menu if you have one, knock on the door, and say that you got the order wrong and you wanted to know if they wanted to order something else. You don't have the number, right?
Are you talking about like the phone number
Yeah.
to pings?
No, idiot, to the house. You can't call them back, right? So you just would have gone here because you got the order wrong. So knock on the door with the menu and ask and see if it's like a weird shit in the house.
Okay.
We'll hide in the bush and watch.
He's gonna reach in his back pocket and then pull out a middle finger. Cause I carry menus.
I don't know. Man.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little high strung.
I carry a wrench.
No, Rob would
Sure.
not carry just spare menus.
As you guys are sitting here talking,
Whatever.
you see another 7 people come out. Another 7 people come out. And another 7 people come out.
This is fucked. That's a lot of people. It's always 21. You guys notice that? It's always 3 groups of 7.
Should we try to talk to him?
I was trying to, but Jerry said, fuck it.
I'm
You know what?
not.
I'll play the good
Oh,
neighbor.
Well, yeah, you're their neighbor.
Yeah, I'll play the good neighbor. So, yep, he just starts going on
Oh,
up.
wait.
Wait, what?
Maybe if it is the key thing, tell him about your mom.
Okay. And he starts walking over.
The closer you get, George, everything looks perfect. The lawn is perfect. Shrubbery's perfect. Flowers are trimmed. Everything is laid out exquisitely. And for an artist's eye like yours, you applaud the symmetry of the house here. And as you walk up on the porch, you are presented with both the door and the doorbell.
Strangers ring doorbells. Neighbors knock.
About 30 seconds later, a door opens, and the woman that was there before for Rob says, "Hello."
Hey. So I'm George. I live in the neighborhood, and I just noticed this is a new house I never noticed before. So I figured I'd introduce myself and welcome you to the neighborhood.
"Well, hello, George. Here you go." And she hands you a $20 bill.
Well, that's awful nice, ma'am. What's your name?
"Anna."
Anna. Family name at all, or just Anna?
"Harris."
Anna Harris? Okay. So you have this whole house to yourself?
"My family lives here."
So Greg, is this like a full-grown woman, or is this like a?
If you were to guess, George, you'd say that she was probably like early 40s, maybe mid 40s.
Okay. So she's not like a kid or a teenager or something like that.
Mm-mm.
Your family, and that's not anybody my age. That preteen cusp, the manhood, ladyhood.
You got a daughter?
Yeah.
"My family goes to the school."
Neat. Me too. That's very generic. So, like, which one? We got a few of them. We got like an elementary school, middle school, a high school.
Can I ask, are we hearing this? Like, how close are we to be able to hear this?
George is not being quiet, so he's kind of like being loud when he's asking these questions.
Okay.
I would assume that we're like across the street in like a bush.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I figured we were in like a front hat. I didn't think we were like across the street, but that's why I didn't know we didn't kind of.
We'll make it up real quick. Where do you guys go?
Yeah, that's why I just want to be able to read like body language and see what's at least.
I think he said there was like some low shrubbery, so maybe you're like crouching
Yeah,
or
that's
laying
why
down behind it.
Yeah.
Um,
Sidewalk in front of the house, behind some bushes.
you guys could probably clearly hear George's side of the conversation. You're probably picking up enough to understand what the return answers are being given by Anna. You might drop a word here and there, but you get most of it.
Okay.
Rob,
Sweet.
Rob, is that the same lady?
Yeah, I think so.
Press the button.
He's gonna reach inside his helmet and push the button. Is she being weird?
Yeah, she's been weird the whole time.
Rob, as soon as you touch the button, for your ears only, you hear Decepticon.
much like real life, Rob got goosebumps. And he's gonna look over at Mitch. She is. He's gonna think that they heard this.
She's what?
He's gonna point at it. Decepticon. He said it. He heard.
I didn't hear anything, man.
Do you need anything else, George?
Oh, wow. I mean, do you need any help? I'm, helpful young lad, here in the neighborhood. Just, need help folding laundry or, trying on tight bikinis.
Be nice to my family at the school, George.
I don't know which one's your family. Do you have kids?
Thank you. And she closes the door.
You still shortchanged me.
The door's closed.
But you see like two hands above a bush. But
And he nonchalantly walks over and then diverts over to the bush as soon as he gets close to it. Dude, that shit is fucking weird in there.
what'd she say?
I honestly barely had a conversation.
She was there for like a long
Decepticon.
Dude, she's a robot. Dude, she talks more like a robot than you.
That's what he said too. I made him press the button, and he said she was a robot.
That's fucking weird, man. So, so George doesn't tell you that he got the $20. Even though he probably doesn't even need it. He could just get $20 at home if he wanted to.
It's a lot. That's 1987.
Yeah, that's true. But he's like, her name is Anna Harrison. She's kind of attractive, right? Yes, right? Yeah.
For a robot, I guess.
For an older robot lady, yeah. She's got it going on. She asked me to be nice to her family at school, which was weird, because that's a very generic statement. Not like, oh, I have a daughter your age. She's quite attractive. You should date her. Like, that didn't happen. So, or like, I have a son. He's a dweeb, but, if you were friends with him, he'd be way cooler.
Wait, shut up. She has family at the school?
That's what she said. And then
What if they're all robots, though?
probably,
Then that means there's robots at school.
yeah.
Do you remember how... Remember how our science teacher was acting super weird?
Do you think he's a robot?
No, maybe he knows about the robots. He was looking around like he was being watched.
What's going on?
Greg, what's the science teacher's name? Because I forget.
Mr. Dairy.
Mr. Derry, yeah.
Was it Mr. Derry?
Derry, Derry.
He goes, we went to go see Mr. Derry the other day.
Couple months ago.
A couple months ago. The other day, same thing. And we were asking him about like some science stuff, but like, the mag trucks thing. And he was super weird. He was like, he wouldn't just answer the question, and then he kept like looking around in the school like something was gonna listen to him or something was watching him, and then he just didn't answer the question. Well, I mean, he kind of answered it, but like it was almost like it was in a code, right? Like he kind of answered it like a code.
Yeah, he's very indirect.
Yeah. Maybe
we
he
talk to him
knows.
again.
Maybe he knows. He almost worked. He almost worked for the Loop.
Maybe he secretly does. Maybe he built the robots.
I don't think he would build the robots. Why would he be a school teacher if he was building robots?
He's got like first period free or something like that. I'm sure he has time if he's super smart.
Man, that was like, we've seen it like 50 or more robots come out of there. I don't think first period free is enough to build 50 robots. Man, I don't even think the whole summer break is enough to build 50 robots. I've been working on one for like 6 months, and it doesn't even move yet.
Jerry, roll and investigate for me.
Fucking Jerry. Shit.
I'm spending too much time thinking.
There you go.
Jerry, as you are the one that's really not engaged in this conversation per se, as there's a debate back and forth about Mr. Derry, you turn and look down the street towards the west, which would be the heart of Garrett, and you see at least 100 people walking up the street
Away from us?
towards you.
Towards us. All en masse, or
They're all striding, some on the sidewalk, some in the middle of the street. And as they walk up with that investigate roll, you notice that the one person that's mowing their lawn doesn't look at them at all. As this older gentleman on George's street just kind of, or Sam's street, just kind of.
Fellas, you know, I really want to call bullshit on all your brain-taking alien robot
Yeah,
theory.
when don't you?
Well, no, I do, but look over there.
And oh my God.
We should bail.
Yeah.
Guys, what if instead of leaving here, we just like go around back or something? See what's going on. Worst case scenario, we run out the back of the lot and into the patch of woods and then down.
Greg, do these people in any way look familiar?
You've never seen any of these people in the town of Garrett in your lives.
I think he still makes the judgment call and looks to Jerry and looks at the crowd, looks to Jerry, and then says, "Invasion of the body snatchers."
Yeah, I had the same thought, but that's stupid. Let's go.
You're an idiot. Hope you fall. Shit.
To the Falcon.
As you guys As you guys are leaving the area, Jerry, because of the success that you rolled, you look and you see that all of these people that are coming back, they begin to kind of form into almost like they're merging to go into an exit lane as they start crossing into the driveway of the house. Pay you no mind as you all kind of back away. But Jerry, you notice that they are carrying bags of food from the Chat and Chew restaurant, Ping's Fine Chinese Cuisine. You see a couple of them are wearing the novelty hats that have never been sold from the pool hall, Bob's Billiards. A couple of them are carrying bowling bags as they are coming from the Red Oaks Bowling District. And as you all continue to watch, among these 100 or so people that walk into the Victorian home, there are at least 21 children. And they all seem to be carrying not just one, but several flyers. And as they're walking in and they kind of merge into a single file line and go into the house, you all see one of the flyers land on the front porch. And as they all walk in, the door closes, and there the piece of paper resides.
Go get it, Mitch. You're probably the quickest. Go.
What's me?
Oh, fuck it, I'll do it. And then George runs up and grabs the flyer real quick, doesn't even look at it, and starts running back to the corner wherever we're at.
Let me see.
George, when you run across the grass, it feels sharp beneath your feet. Almost too sharp, like you're running on the facsimile of grass made from something stronger. And as it kind of twists your ankles a bit as you walk on this almost like astroturf type of whatever it is. And as you kind of get there, you grab it off the porch and you're able to make it back, but you are very uneasy. It's almost like walking on a trampoline or walking on something where you're not sure of your footing, and the feeling of almost needles or nails piercing up into the rubber soles of your sneakers causes you to kind of rock a bit as you go.
But like so far, it's not like hitting the soles of my feet.
No, it's not piercing through your.
Okay, you could just tell like you're on like some tacky stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like you're walking on. If somebody threw a bunch of sticks down, you could feel them beneath your feet. It's just a decidedly non-grass-like feel.
That's fucking weird. Like he goes down. He like, if he can, and he kind of feels it gently. Feels it like, does it feel like grass or rubber or plastic or?
Roll an investigate roll for me. Or comprehend. I'll take either.
Ooh, both bad. Investigate. 1 success.
It feels like glass, but it didn't break.
That's fucking weird. Glass? And so how close is he to the porch to be able to get that flyer? Or is this on his way back?
This is on your way back. Yeah.
On my
So
way
you kind
back.
of you grab it and go, and like right at the edge where it meets the sidewalk, you bend down and feel a piece, and it feels like glass. And when you pull your fingers back up, you see 2 little drops of blood, as it seems as sharp as a piece of broken glass.
Wow. It's fucking weird. Guys, go touch the grass. But it's glass.
Why would I touch it then?
Dude, it's fucking weird. Like, look, like it pricked my skin. Like I got fucking cuts. I didn't even like run it against anything broken or sharp. The grass just feels sharp naturally. Like it's just
The glass or grass?
yes.
Hold
The
on.
grass
Hold
feels
on.
like glass.
I'm gonna try something. And Mitch is gonna run over, or like he's gonna like crouch run, shadow to shadow that doesn't exist, serpentine to the grass, and he's gonna take out his wrench and he's just kind of bash at the glass to see if he can chip anything off. I'm not actually using my iconic weapon. I'm using it to do this.
Okay. As you take the wrench out and you kind of, start to tap, I guess. As soon as you get close to it and you put it looks just like grass, but as soon as you touch the wrench to it, it has that hard, like you can feel the texture of it. While it looks pliable, it's anything but. And as you touch it and you go to kind of crack it, the rest of you see the following without the need for an investigate roll. As the lights are going down, it's maybe 7, a little after at this point. You see, as soon as Mitch brings the wrench down on the grass, every light in the house comes on. Porch light, the light over the garage, every light in every room. And as one, every window is suddenly lit with a silhouette.
I imagine the group of us are across the road, like waving at him, like, come on!
Yeah, I think there's like the tush, 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 and then he eventually hears one of you yell, and he like looks back and sees you, and then he like looks back, and then he sees the house. And then if I was able to break a piece of glass off, he's gonna snatch that and run.
None of it broke off.
Well, shit. Then he's definitely gonna run. As soon as he looks back and sees the house, he like looks back to his friends and he bolts. And like he goes right for the bike and like jumps on the bike in motion and starts pedaling away. Assuming they'll follow, because that was the weirdest shit we've seen all day.
And do they?
Oh, we follow, yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to get the fuck away from this
Yeah,
shit.
that
This
was
is fucking
scary.
weird.
Rob's gonna bring up the rear because he's gonna pause for a second and just kind of eyeball the silhouettes. And he's gonna drop his face mask down and just kind of pedal away because he thinks that he in his mind it was the coolest stare down on the planet, but in reality it was just a like 1 second behind the rest of his friends while he kind of took one last glance.
Rob, as you drop down the mask and turn and look, for a moment, the last of the sun of Garrett catches your eyes of the visor, and all of the silhouettes, you can see their heads turn as you are the last rider on the street. And in your ear, you hear,
Beatbox, it's up to you.
Okay. Wow, that's a heavy load for a 12-year-old there. Um, he's just gonna get on his bike and he's gonna start pedaling. He's so overwhelmed he doesn't know what to do, but he knows somehow he's got to convince his friends to go into that house. So he's just gonna meet him at the yard, as it were, the secret hideout. I keep forgetting the name. The Falcon.
Are you guys riding all the way back to the Falcon?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
I'm following it because I can see them ahead of me, so I'm just going to meet them wherever they stop.
Yeah, because George, literally, you're passing by your house like
Yeah, I was
back.
gonna say, we could just stop at my house real quick, pull into the driveway, and
Yeah, I mean, George's house is literally like less than 100 yards, but on the other street. So he's on the backside. The back of this lot would touch a backyard on George's street, like 5 houses up. So that's how close you are to George's.
Yeah, I mean, if we're that close.
yeah, we'll just pull into my driveway.
Yeah, I think knowing where it is, because we had to go pick up the camcorder, I think we just like scream in, skid to a stop. Guys, did you see that?
What was that?
Dude, that was fucked up.
I hit the glass. Like, it's glass. Like, it made like a metal on glass sound. I couldn't even break any. I hit it pretty hard. I couldn't break anything.
You didn't break it?
No. I hit it with a wrench.
Yeah, no, that should have broken it.
Yeah.
And Rob comes pedaling up. He talked again.
What?
He talked again. He said it was up to me.
I don't know what this was.
What do you mean it's up to you? Up to you to do what?
Those were Decepticons.
They're definitely
Jerry.
not people.
Jerry, are you familiar with arson?
You think a house made of glass is going to burn down?
The Decepticons are made of a highly dense alloy.
I mean, at least destroy their base of operations. We don't know that the house is made of glass. I knocked on that door and it didn't feel like glass. Or did it? I don't think it did. So I'm going to pretend.
The house felt completely real when you walked up the driveway on the asphalt. Everything felt completely real. Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourselves, but stay in the front yard. I'll be right back.
Listen. Okay, so in the movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you guys have seen it, right?
No.
Fuck. Okay, so in the movie, right, there's these pod people that they're plants, but then they come out of the pod and they look like people in the town. I know those people didn't look like people in the town, but what they did in the movie was they would look like people in the town and they would go do town stuff, which is what they're doing. They had the stupid hats from the pool hall. No one buys those hats. They were
Nobody
eating at all
buys
the
those.
regular places. They were wearing all local stuff. They're like regular people, right? They were trying to look like they belong in the town. The house looks old, like it's supposed to be here, like it was always on that street. Looks like all the other houses around here. What if the rest of the houses, on your side of the town, there's a storm door in the cellar? You know, one in the backyard with the two.
Like a bulkhead?
Yeah. Whatever. Can we get down? Do you think we can get in there?
In theirs? I mean,
Yeah.
if it's...
No, why would I want to go in yours? That's probably where they build robots. I wouldn't build robots in the main house. I'd build robots in the basement.
The problem is that shit's loud. Even when you have it unlocked, it's super loud.
What if we make a distraction?
Well, bring some WD-40 too. At least bring that. I mean,
Oh, I have that. I can get that.
So we'll at least need that. But maybe there's a lock on it. Sometimes there's
What if they
Oh yeah, we don't.
If they go out and leave again, when they come back, let's follow them in.
Well, hold on, guys.
All the people that went in were adults.
No.
Nope, there was 21 kids.
There's
Oh, I thought the kids were inside. My bad.
No. But then you hear George go, guys, I got this.
Oh, what does it say?
Oh yeah, the flyer.
I don't know.
It says, back to school dance, Edgar Allan Poe Middle School, Friday, September 4th. Dance starts at 6.
That's soon.
Wait, is the date today?
No, today's the 4th.
Today's the 3rd and tomorrow's the 4th. So yeah, it's Thursday and tomorrow would be the 4th, Friday.
They're going to infiltrate the dance.
That's also a great way to kill all the kids, dude.
What would that do? That would just make everyone super aware that there's robots in the town.
And not if they don't announce themselves. Could it just be like a random terror attack?
That would never happen.
Not in a
That's what they say every time before a terror attack.
When was the last one?
I don't know, man.
Exactly.
I wasn't born at this time, so I'm sure there was one, but I don't remember if it was
The
87.
80s was made of Lollipop and Sunshine, so there was no terror.
Well,
But that's
At least
tomorrow.
they-
What about today? What about right now?
guys, I think we still go back to arson. Burn that fucker down. Well, let's make sure they're not. Well, what about like?
Wait, did the stream drop?
Yeah, it looks like it. What if we like? I don't want to say stab one of them, but what if we make sure they're flesh and bone? What if they're actually human?
Get one alone.
Maybe you could seduce one, Let's.
Maybe I could get Anna to come out again.
I was kidding.
I mean, robot or not, I'll get my bones on that. That sounds way worse than I thought it would.
Hey, I
Always does.
Yep. You know what? I don't always have smooth lines. Okay. I'm sorry to remove the facade of this perfect person here.
What?
Don't pretend like it's not there and you haven't noticed it. Okay.
Look, okay, we can't go in this house.
Why?
It's a fortress. There's hundreds of them.
How do you know?
Because
what
we
if they-
watched them walk in the
What
door.
if they power down?
What if they don't?
There's only one way to find out.
Do you guys have like slingshots? You like break windows and shit too. From a distance.
Yeah, but
Look, the
but
safer way. The
backed
safer way is we know they're going to this dance, and you guys and me, we know, and Butts, because we know everybody at school.
And Ben.
So
I know you guys.
outsiders at the dance, we can corner one of them.
What about-
this shit out.
What about, and I'm speaking on my ass as a player right now because I actually never saw the movie Predator. Is there a scene where there's like some claymores or some mines or something in it? It sounds like there would be in that movie.
What's happening right now? Why are you nerds in the movie?
I don't know why. Mike, I don't know why. I've always wanted to watch it. I just never have. Mike.
No, we're gonna watch it right after this.
No, I'm gonna go to bed after this. But if there is, I'm gonna pretend like there is one. What if, guys, we just put a whole bunch of bombs, like claymores and shit, like outside the house? That way they walk into them on the way to the dance.
yeah, I'll go get my box of explosives.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
No one
Rob,
has a
that
box
would've
of
been-
bombs.
That would have been a perfect time to use fuck. His box of fucking explosives. Stupid.
Yeah.
George, at this point, I'd like you to roll an investigate roll for me, please.
Okay.
No shit.
0 successes.
I will take investigates then from Jerry, and I will take one from Rob because they were just by this area.
How is it Jerry's the one who noticed shit?
I mean, Jerry's fucking Mr. Johnny on the spot here. All right, so
You're the tallest. You have a better perspective.
Yeah, I guess.
Jerry and Rob, as you guys have just traveled both to deliver papers and to deliver Ping's dining to the mystery house, you notice that here, and perhaps because George is facing away from his house, talking to you all that the car, presumably his mom's, is parked very oddly in the front driveway. Like it's kind of half on the meticulous lawn of the Butts residence. You know, like front right tire and a little bit of the back right tire.
Hey, Butts.
Yeah.
And he's gonna kind of elbow Jerry. Your mom on the sauce again?
Again?
Yeah.
What are you talking
He's
about?
gonna point at the car.
And so I see that the tires are flat or banged up.
They're not flat, they're up on the lawn,
Oh.
It's just
which
parked
is
on-
odd. It just looks like a really super shitty park job.
No, she's not. No, she barely. I mean, she does drink, but like, she's never had a problem. Maybe she just had to like, dude. Have you ever like been on your walk or bike ride home from school? You get like 5 minutes away and you start thinking, oh man, I can't wait to go to the bathroom. And then you start thinking about going to the bathroom and you have no choice but to go to the bathroom, so you have to start running. Maybe she had that, but with driving the car.
Maybe
So she had to park and run.
maybe she's a pod person.
Jerry, shut up.
But what if she is a pod person?
She could be, but she'd be eating, not shitting. And she's probably shitting right now.
Why don't you go find out?
Yeah. Dude, go check if your mom's shitting.
Or a
Feel
pod
guess-
person?
Fine, I will.
Right here.
All right.
Bet she's
He
a
just
pod
walks in. He goes to like the closest bathroom by the entrance, assuming.
Empty.
So he starts yelling. I'm not gonna actually yell now, but he's like, "Yo, mom!"
Yeah, you kind of go up through the house of you, as you described it before. Both of your parents have offices here, and as you kind of go through the common areas and then their private office areas, the lights aren't on. And as you look around, George, you kind of look through the French doors that lead out into the brick patio where the backyard and the hot tub, that
Mhm.
area. And you see your mom kneeling in the patch of lawn, kind of 4 or 5 feet away from the hot tub, over the brick walkway. And you see that she's got a knife.
Hey there, mom. You know, it's not really the usual gardening time.
You see her, and from the rear, you just kind of see her shoulders kind of moving up and down, and you hear a
He tries to like laterally move around so he doesn't actually get closer, but he tries to like pan around so that he can at least see what she's like not noshing on.
As soon as you get around, you realize that what she's holding seems to be one of the butcher block large point knives, not necessarily like a chop blade, but a kind of a heavy cut blade. And she has cut a perfect, like a pie slice from the lawn. And you see her eating it as if it were a piece of pizza. She's biting into the tip of it, and you see the grass kind of catching in her teeth as she.
I mean, his mom's kind of a hippie, so I know people that actually like eat dirt. It's kind of weird. So, mom, you normally wait until spring for this. It's kind of late in the season.
She just continues to eat. You see several other cut out perfect pieces that look like triangles and pies all over this area.
What the fuck? He runs back out and to the guys, like, guys, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My mom's back there eating grass like it's fucking pizza. And like not like the springtime when she normally does it. It's fucking like we're almost in fall right now. Like that's not, there's no, you know.
Rob's gonna go glass?
Did I say glass?
No, you said
I said
grass.
I did say grass, okay. I thought as a person I said glass. Yeah, the lawn. Like she's eating like dirt.
Does your mom look like normal?
I don't know. I didn't want to get close by myself in case she fucking snatches me, man. You guys got me freaked out that she might be a robot person.
Yeah, who eats grass?
Now, are there triangle cut pieces out of the lawn that we're standing on?
Nope.
Hey, Butts, where's your recycling?
Right next to the garage. Like, he points over there. It's like not like across where we're standing.
He like again does the crouch run, and he goes over and he picks up like a few like Coke cans, and he looks at me, just throw them at her. He like motions to throw them at her. Come on.
All right, yeah, let's go.
So he's gonna walk like,
And he stops at Jerry's like, don't get the glass. Like the soda can, dude. I'm not here to kill her.
Fine.
bottled.
But if she's a pod person, you're gonna wish I had the glass.
Maybe. We'll find out. We'll find out.
There's too many champagne bottles to choose from. Mitch walks up like against the side of the house, and like as soon as he can like see her, he's gonna attempt to throw an empty soda can at her.
Sure. Let's do a.
It's not a confident noise, Craig.
Let's do a straight. Give me a straight body check here.
All right.
Yeah, no skill involved with this. Just
2 successes.
bing off of her head.
Knocks her out.
It's an empty
dead.
soda can down.
You're wanted for murder.
Does she move?
She just kind of pings, and as it is an empty soda can, it doesn't have a whole lot of heft to it. But she stops for a moment, and you see her kind of stab the knife into the lawn and begin to kind of dust her hands off. Everybody that's gone around to the backyard, roll and investigate for me.
Butts, what the shit? You didn't say she had a giant knife.
Oh, I didn't say the part. That's fine though. It'll be okay. She's not gonna stab us, guys.
Oh, Christ, Rob.
And
And Butts.
thanks, buddy.
So, Rob and George, as you're watching your mom kind of get pegged by this, and I don't think it would be a soda can. Personally, I think it would be some type of like carbonated water type of can.
Carrier, yeah.
Right. So as it kind of pegs off and hits one of the meticulous lawn with its triangles cut out of it, both you and Rob simultaneously follow the track of the can. You look up into the corner of the backyard of the Butts residence, and there, between a V and a circle of leaves and trees, you can see in the distance the back of the Victorian. And at one of its illuminated windows, you see a silhouette that turns its head as you both look and see. And the light goes off, and George, your mom goes, "Oh." She brushes her hands off. "George, how are you? Are these your friends?"
Jerry throws his can.
Are we playing a game?
Yeah. You okay? Yeah. We were just, yeah.
You hungry, Mrs. B?
I haven't had anything since lunch, but I don't think I'll have anything. I'm on a new diet.
All salads?
No, it's protein.
Grubs, huh?
Nice.
George, you have fun with your friends.
I'll try.
We're not his friends.
Shut up, Jerry. I mean, be quiet, Jerry. Respectfully.
Good.
Do you say respectfully, or are you saying that you say that respectfully?
No, I say respectfully afterwards.
Butts. Dude, your mom got body snatched.
Dude, no. So, guys, let's walk away a little bit, guys. I don't know if you... So, look over there, and he points through the clearing just within the trees and everything. Rob, did you see it too?
Yeah, because he's gonna, like, when George points, he's gonna be pointing with him. There.
One of the robots, was looking out a window and they could see into the backyard. And as soon as they turned off the light, my mom came back to normal.
It turned her into a robot.
I don't think she turned into a robot. I think she was like a robot. Rob, come on. That was good, but fuck off. I don't think she turned into a robot or a robot. I don't know, man. I think it's mind control. I think they're able to just suggest things.
What is the group's plan here?
Robot.
The robot. That's the line.
That's the one that got me. Okay.
Do we chase it?
Yeah, I still say we break in. Now we know. Listen. The dance isn't gonna work. They're not here to kill everybody. They're here to make them into robots.
So is the silhouette when the light went off? Can we still see over there, or was the light the only thing?
I mean, you can still see the edge of the building and everything, but as far as the illumination of the light and the silhouette behind it, everything's got like a flat black surface now, like looking at a building at night. You can't really define features. It seems that all of the kind of exterior lights of the home also went off. The one by the garage, the porch light, everything's off. And from this distance, it just looks like a dark space.
Rob's gonna concentrate on it. Hold on. And he's gonna drop down the visor real slow and push the button again. Because he's got a theory.
Decepticons. I figured it out.
Because he still has the thing over.
I can detect them with the helmet.
Okay.
Now we don't have to Now we don't have to worry about if someone is hiding from us or not.
What do you mean?
He's gonna squint his eyes and can we see Mrs. Butts through the window? She went back inside.
Yeah, Mrs. Butts would be pouring herself a bottle of whatever she likes to drink in the evening. I'm going to assume
sparkling water.
Yeah, sure, absolutely that, because it's through the French doors right into the kitchen area. Yeah, you can see her.
He's gonna hit the button again when he's staring at her.
No new communiques from Teletran 1. No new communiques from Teletran 1.
Your mom's not a robot.
Yeah, but when I hit her with the can, she wasn't a robot anymore. So how do we know if they're robots or like robots?
The helmet.
Yeah, but you didn't scan her when she was a robot. Now she's just a regular butt.
But now we have a control.
We can try. But we don't know. We don't know if it works on robots or both or neither.
You know, it was pretty easy to tell by the way she was eating the fucking lawn.
Yes. Very true.
That they got him, Jerry.
He's got us there.
So what are we doing? Are we going to the dance or are we going to break in? I say we break in.
Why are we gonna
Say
break
you're
in?
gonna get us killed.
Or they invade the whole dance and everyone gets killed.
So what you're saying is like we go to the dance and we pull like the fire alarm.
Or
And then we break up the dance.
we wait till they leave for the dance and go in and figure out what they're doing.
Why would 100 adults go to the dance?
Yeah, that's the thing. Only the kids are going to the dance, or some of them. So if we go to the dance, we can, get Rob to detect one of them, and we can corner them and make them squeal.
Fine. It's worth a shot.
When's the last time you saw a robot get fucking interrogated?
Never times.
When was the last time you saw your mom eat the lawn?
Like 6 months ago, dude. There's nutrients in it. Like, that's special grass. Like,
God, you people are weird.
I'm sorry you don't have eclectic taste.
I'm saying there's a robot factory in this creepy old house. All they're going to do is we're going to corner a robot and they're going to confirm there's a robot factory in the house, which we already know because they're pumping out robots like a baby factory that makes robots.
Well, if we already know that, we don't have to break in. Decision made.
Who's going to disable the robot machine?
What if they're all being controlled from there, though? So what if we break in and find the control?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because for all we know, they already mind controlled all the rest of the adults to eat grass or other dumb shit.
These are better ideas.
Either way, the idea is break into the house. It's either a robot machine or a communication center or both.
Robot house? Sorry, just
I was waiting for someone to do it.
Damn, Rob just wants to dance.
How are we going to break in?
The bulkhead.
Or like the back door.
Well, that's the thing is, like, there's people in the house. We saw all the lights go on, right? But we don't know there's anyone in the basement. There's no windows in the basement. But we know there's people in the upstairs. So if we break in the bulkhead, it might be less of a chance that there's robots down there.
All right, well, if you do that, we gotta be careful because like the grass is glass.
Yeah, so don't fall in the grass.
Or wear metal shoes.
That's gonna be so loud. You can't sneak around in metal shoes. Put your Chucks on.
All right, fine, but all right. But how are we gonna get into the bulkhead if it's locked? It's gonna make a lot of noise. Do we just abandon it and then what?
Man, I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to find the least robot way in the house.
Now. Let's think of something. Though, if we can't do that, do we like sneak in a window? Do we try to
Look, I can pick a lock.
distract them?
Just
You can. I knew you. See, I was about to put you in there and saying, "Hey, do you have lockpicks?" Because like fucking, it's obvious you do. But I
and,
didn't want
and
to
you
judge you.
didn't. But then by saying this right now, you made yourself a bigger dick.
Ladies.
No one's here, buds. It's just dudes.
All right, so. Okay, so let's do it. Let's just fucking.
What if you... What time is it? What if you go tell your mom... Ben, what time is it?
It's 9:13 or 9:18.
Perfect. What if you tell your mom to go introduce herself to the neighbors? And that way they're focused at the front of the house. They already made her a robot once. What are they going to do? Make a robot again?
Oh,
And
let's
then we
also
go-
ask her about that lot too, because like yesterday that wasn't a house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then we'll go sneak around the back.
Exactly,
When
but it's
she's
like that's our
distracted.
way to introduce it. So ask about it and then introduce
Yeah,
it.
yeah, go. We'll wait.
All right. So I'm sure maybe she left the knife in there. So I just kind of pick up the knife and walk it into my mom in the kitchen. I'm like, "Mom, this was outside. So figured to bring it in."
Oh my, oh, absolutely. Why is it all dirty? And she takes it and starts running it underwater.
Yeah, I don't want to get pitted. That's a really nice knife. So, hey, Ma, did you happen to see the new neighbors across, like on the other side, like they're on the other street over? You can actually see their house from our yard. There used to be a lot. I could have swore.
There's no lot on the other street.
What do you mean? I mean, yeah, now there's a house, but yesterday I was coming back from Sammy's and there was totally an empty lot still.
You must be wrong, honey. There's no lot there. This is the oldest section of Garrett. There have been houses here since the turn of the century, and they have stood the test of time.
Oh, well then who lives there?
Oh, no. I haven't met them.
Do you want to?
It's late. It's 9:18.
Wow, you're right. What do you think their name is? If you had to guess.
I don't know. We could check the phone book.
Yeah, let's do that.
She goes and gets the phone book and opens it up, and it points down, and she, Anna Harris.
They're in the phone book. Give me that fuck. And he accidentally says "fuck" under his breath.
What did you?
I said, well, that's so weird. That's that's all I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just odd. Like I've gone my whole life in that nothing's existed over there, so it's like new and exciting for me. Just couldn't control the energy.
She kind of like taps the top of your head and then runs her fingers through your hair, like she would have if you were 10 years younger than what you are. Oh, my precious boy. And she walks on.
He like folds it reverse so that way he can like stay that page open because the phone books can be pretty large, and so he runs outside like, guys, look at this shit. He puts down the phone book. They're in the phone book.
How old is this phone book?
He like opens back up. It's like spring. I'm you're muted, but I think you're agreeing.
It would say spring 87, yeah.
Dude, it's like this, like only a few months old.
Okay. Man, I don't know if that changes anything.
But like, what if we're just wrong? What if this guy's? I mean, like, I know it's weird, but like, the weird shit's there. But like, what if this house has been there the whole time?
Has your mom been cleaving pizza grass out of the lawn the whole time?
Yeah, she said like a few months ago.
Yeah, like every once in a while, like normally it's not from our yard. Normally it's from like one of the plots because it's like edible, like it's like nutrient soil. But this was definitely different. And even then, you normally only eat like a little bit. It's like, this is weird.
Ben, eat some grass.
I don't want to.
Just do it.
Leave him alone, man.
And don't. Yeah, no. Jerry, come on.
Jerry, you eat grass.
Yeah, Jerry. Sure you haven't eaten yet today.
Hey, guys, it's getting late.
Guys, we want to do this or not?
You mean you guys got, like, do you guys need to, like, make excuses for not going home?
No. No, he's staying with me.
Staying the night with you? Perfect. Well, I'm going to tell my mom that I'm having a sleepover at one of your guys' house. So I don't know where you guys live.
Sure, use mine. We always do.
Okay.
And while he goes to do that, Mitch is taking more of the soda cans out and just crushing them. And he's like putting them in his jacket pockets and his front pockets and his back pockets. And he's basically loading up with discs of cans that he can use for, I don't know. He doesn't know what. He's not sure yet. But it seems like a good idea.
You are armed.
So I'm sure, like, Mrs. Butts is like trying to, like, don't forget this, don't forget your PJs. Here, take some snacks, and she like gives him like some, let's just say Funyuns or something. I don't know if those exist in '87.
So you have a sick JanSport just full of shit.
Yeah, I have a JanSport. Yep, nice navy blue JanSport with some pins on it. It says
perfect.
But it's like hair bands. It's not like cool bands like you guys would be into. It's like Bon Jovi's on there and shit like that. I don't know any other hair bands, to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't know if Def Leppard's considered a hair band or not.
Twisted
Sister. Absolutely, man. You
Twisted
could have
Sister?
Yeah, Twisted Sister. You could have some like White Lion, some
White Snake.
Yep.
Yeah, man. You can crank that thing up.
Oh man, perfect. And they're all your dad's pins.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all from my dad. My
Warren.
dad's like when if we see him, he's like, my mom's definitely the hippie, but he's definitely like rocker turned straight edge kind of shit. It's kind of weird. We'll get to that later though, if he ever shows up. But yeah, so he's like coming down like, guys. I mean, like, this is like I tried to like not get her to give me so much shit. She would like give us all pajamas if I kept doing this. So
that's fine. We bring that to the Astro Train. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
We leave it there. But
what's the name? Is it the Falcon or is it the Astro Train?
Ben calls it the Falcon. We call it the Astro Train.
Can we pick one, guys? I've heard Falcon first, so that's like the one I know.
Whatever, man. Either way,
right.
You drop the bag off, and then let's go. Is your mom gonna do the
drop
thing?
the bag off? Why don't we just go
To the house?
Yeah.
You want to carry that giant backpack? Whatever. Let's go.
It's like on my handlebars.
And he starts pedaling. He moves his bike. Starts pedaling towards this creepy house. But he's gonna stop. Like, if here's the lot, he's gonna stop the next house over. and like drop his bike on the lawn there, where I assume there's like hedges that he can jump through.
Yeah. So
Okay.
George gently, guys, let's set our bikes up for an escape.
So you guys gonna set them up like Fast and Furious style, like kind of lined up at like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kickstands ready to get kicked up. Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
As soon as you guys roll up down the street that is Sam's, roll me an investigate roll, please.
Oh, I have to reload roll 20 apparently.
That's okay. Rob was able to do so with the help of his helmet and his keen eyesight. As you guys kind of round the corner and are going back towards what was formerly the vacant lot, you can see that almost in a Hands Across America linked chain, there are adults around the lease line of this entire house.
Plan B.
Fuck.
Fuck, guys. What if we tried to?
nothing?
What if we tried to sneak in from the neighbor's lawn?
Mitch reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out one of the crushed Coke cans. And it's an 80s can, so those things are fucking hard. And he is going to hum it as hard as he possibly can towards the other side of the house.
As soon as the can enters the airspace, Rob, in your helmet, you hear,
Beatbox, roll out.
and you see a flash of red energy as this can evaporates into atoms. All of the linked armed adults turn, and as they turn, you see red pairs of eyes blink open in each of the heads.
Guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
And Mitch just punches Jerry in the arm and points and says, "Predators!" And then he turns and runs to the bike.
Jerry's for once got nothing to say. He's going.
Yeah, I think Mitch might be the first one of the bikes, and he's fucking hauling ass. And he goes, like, you can see that he's not going towards the Butts house. He's going towards the Astro train.
Yep.
Okay, so where's everyone going? And is this the call for the evening? Or is there any preparation that these kids would like to do before I call it Friday morning?
Fuck, man.
So I think we go to the Astro train, but none of us ate dinner, right? As far
No.
as we're aware. So George offers to like get a pizza if we get back to the thing.
Delivered to the junkyard.
I mean, like to like an actual address outside and like brings it in.
Well, that's true. You just
not-
scored $20.
Yeah, not to interject or anything, but Rob does know somebody that probably would deliver to the junkyard.
Ping likes the bling. Will deliver anywhere, anytime, any place, any dimension. That's their catchphrase.
Plus, you got a friend that works there.
I can't
Also,
believe you
May.
missed anything.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was reaching. I grabbed the wrong thing.
So I think that would be the call to the night. It's just like the old school cartons of shitty Chinese food inside the clubhouse.
Good
I'm sorry,
It's very
sorry,
good.
fine dining Chinese food in the
But at a 10% discount.
at a 10% discount in the back of the container unit that is our clubhouse. But it's in that like that hyped boy mode where it's like, oh, and like everyone, no one's sitting still, and everyone's like fucking fidgety, and we're like, what, and then the eyes, and then and then the thing, and it was like, what?
Yeah, Rob's eating. He's go. Just tell me to roll out.
And it said roll out, and then we. I told you it's the Predators. If the robots the whole time, robot Predators. You didn't even believe me, stupid Jerry, jerk.
Yeah, Jerry, you never believed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry.
Swear to God, Butts, if you didn't feed me, I'd kick your ass right now.
Stupid butts.
It's okay, you're welcome.
And he is crazy.
Kick your butts.
I think that's where the night ends, Greg.
And as we pan back, and that's the last line we, the audience, can view or hear through the camera. As we pan back, we continue to see the boys as they sit and gesture about the wildness and the possible horror of the events that they saw, but through the wild-eyed and very extravagant gestures of children of 12 and 13. And to accompany this moment, cue up your Benjamin Orr, everybody, and play a little Stay the Night as we drift off above Garrett and see the town as we leave Astro Train and the Falcon, and the camera pans across Garrett, and for a moment the camera stops at the good side of town, and even from this distance you can see several dozen pairs of red eyes. And as the daylight breaks on this Friday, September 4th, 1987, I ask the kids, what will you do?
We have school, or is it school about to start?
School starts on Monday.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. School starts on Monday. Okay.
This is the back to school dance.
Man, y'all started. I started school way earlier. Like we started mid-August. Anyway, it's the 80s. Free world.
Rob's gonna have a pillow, and he's just gonna hear him go.
Perfect. George hears that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, this is your first night in the Astro Train, right? This is your first night actually sleeping here. It's literally like, it's dark, and there's like a few like lights and flashlights, but it's like, Mitch's side is just parts and hardware, and then Jerry's side has like a funk to it. And I assume Ben's side is kind of sparse. Rob, you weren't here when we first went here, so what does your side look like? Rob.
I realize I'm Rob.
Yeah.
Yes. Rob's just gonna he enjoys where the ground, he sleeps up against the wall. Like he likes to have like the something at his back. So he's just got like 2 or 3 blankets just kind of double folded over each other, and like a little pallet and one single pillow. And he doesn't really keep many of the personal belongings there.
Yeah. So you wake up and the place is like a shithole, right? It's like we fell asleep in your garage. And someone kicked over the raccoons came.
Yeah, but my mom definitely made me pack my like sleeping bag.
Yeah.
So I'm like nice and cozy and that. Still sleeping on hard floor, I'm sure, but still better than nothing.
I'd like to think that George has like a sleeping bag and also like a ground pad and, like...
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he like puts it inside. Yeah. He definitely does that. And it's like those breakable like warmers things that you put for your feet.
Right.
Yep.
There's a chill in Astro Train. Okay, so kids, you have an idea. What do you want to do?
So we're doing this. We're going to the dance?
I mean, we have until 6 though, guys. So what do we do until then?
Not get killed by robots?
Do we make weapons or something just that we can like hide?
I mean,
Was
look
that
around.
too much?
Pick anything up.
Yeah, like I just need like a bat or like something metal.
I think we need to think about what we know about robots and their weaknesses.
Water.
Electricity.
Oh, maybe you could use your laser hands. Because you're like a superhero now.
I don't have you were there for half of the tests. Remember when I broke my collarbone?
I do remember that. That was a bad one. Bad test. Okay. Shit. Well, we can't like bring in a car battery. We can't like sneak that in.
What if a lot of little batteries?
Do you listen to Mr. Derry's class at all, or do you just like look at girls?
I mean, like it actually would work. Okay, I get like a B in there, so I at least listen somewhat, right?
I guess so.
I mean, it's not gonna be like a big discharge, but you can still get some sort of discharge.
All it takes is a little bit.
Oh, but you
That's
have
it.
you have money?
I got like how much? Yeah, he's probably got a few bucks afterwards.
And you probably have around $6-7.
Yeah.
Can you go buy like $6-7? Like 3? You can probably buy like 4. Can you get 4? Go down to the store and get 4 of the disposable cameras.
What are we gonna do with them? I mean, I'll go and do it, but I'm just curious.
When you flash, right, it's an electric charge, and if I can break it open, I think I can make one of them like a little, like maybe like a one-shot taser, like the grill starters.
Yeah, but like, can't we like get something? I don't know. That just seems like it's limited. Like we only have a few of those.
Yeah, well, you can't bring in a car battery, but no one's gonna notice you bringing in a disposable camera. People bring them to dances all the time. You're taking pictures.
You got me there. All right, I'll go.
And I don't know if I can make all 4 of them, but probably 1 out of 4, hopefully.
As this is the 80s that never was, we'll say a couple hours pass, and I'm going to ask for 4 tinker checks to see if Mitch can make some type of what he believes. And please tell me each one of these. So as you make a tinker check, tell me who you're making this for,
Okay.
Mitch.
So
So the first one, yeah.
So the first one goes to Butts. Definitely doesn't work.
Okay.
The second one goes to Rob. Also doesn't work.
That first one, it only rolled the 2 dice for some reason.
That was me.
Yeah.
I get it.
The third one goes to Ben. Got it. Ben nailed it. And then I'm going to use my pride to make the last one for myself.
Okay.
Ironically, my pride is one day my robot will conquer the world.
Nice. So yeah, you all of them seem to carry some type of Frankensteinian amalgamation of flash and electricity. You're not sure how any of them will work, regardless of the successes or failures you rolled. You can use luck too if you wanted to try to add to some of those failures. I'll allow you to re-roll the failed dice. So you have no, okay. Hell with it then. Fuck them.
Mitch started with the fact that he didn't think they were going to work. Like, he didn't know he could make... He said 1 out of 4. And if he got 2 out of 4... but, I mean, as long as he's confident, they all work. So... And Jerry didn't get one because Jerry's big. And he can just punch a robot. At least... And Mitch isn't completely sold on the fact that he's not a Superman. It's like Electro from Spider-Man 2.
Nice. Okay, so you guys, we'll say it's early afternoon. Any other preparation? How are you guys? Are you guys getting dressed? I can't imagine, and this is not me taking away player agency here. I can't imagine George Butts is going into a dance in a public forum, having slept in a container truck the night before and not prepping for this thing. So,
Oh no, he's got to go put on like 5 colognes.
Right.
So, that takes time. So it's like as soon as it gets like closer, like early afternoon to evening, he definitely books it home and spends like 3-4 hours getting ready.
Gotcha. Absolutely. And so we will think about exactly what George looks like when he enters into the back to school dance, because regardless of the crazy predator messages from the future, whatever's going on right now, you guys are in middle school. And whether or not that means more or less to many of you, of course it does, but this is a presentation at this point as you guys are entering in 1 year older. A lot of these people you haven't seen on a regular basis since school let out in May. And, even if you don't care for them, it's still a meat market of eyes. So I want to know what each of you look like when you go into the back to school dance. So with that preparation done and with the dance queued up, if you guys have nothing else you want to do, I am going to cut to the front of Edgar Allan Poe Middle School's gym that is set up for back to school. And there are paper mache erasers and chalkboards and pencils as the welcome back for the students is here. There is music pouring from the gymnasium. But before I do any of that, is there anything else you guys want to do?
I think Jerry would have wanted to have stopped in at home. Maybe like sneaking in as best he can, trying to avoid Dad. Probably do it early because Dad sleeps late. And yes, trying to steal a bottle of liquor.
Okay. As I know about Jerry's backstory and everything, here's what I'm going to ask of you. I will allow you to automatically do this with your pride. I am going to ask you for a sneak roll if you want to do it, and your luck can be in play for this, but it's either just do it with your pride or roll a sneak roll.
Yeah, I think I will do it with my pride, because he takes a lot of shit from Dad, so Dad gets his comeuppance in having his booze stolen.
Okay, so Jerry, I'm going to ask you this: what is your dad's drink of choice?
He's a gin man. Just gin and tonic.
So it's like something like Gordon's or something, and we're not looking at Beefeater or anything Sapphire or anything like that. This is a
Way
straight
bottom shelf.
Yeah, this is like plastic bottle quart gin type of things. Yeah. Okay, so when you go to take it, you realize that the normally kind of hefty stock of gin is down to one small, like, fifth bottle. And that's all that seems to be in the liquor cabinet, but you have access to it.
Yeah, repercussions be damned. Jerry doesn't think about that. He just takes it.
Awesome. Yep, you've got it in their pocket, and you're off as you are on your way to the dance. So, if no one else has anything else to do, nothing, then I will ask everybody at home and watching on the YouTubes to cue up a little cue feel as we play some Dancin' in Heaven, Orbital Bebop, perhaps your GM's favorite 80s song. So, as the electro synth pop comes out of the gymnasium and as kids are pouring in, each of our heroes arrive, and one at a time, you are all to meet on the dance floor. And so as you walk into the paper mache pencils and erasers and the balloons and the netting and the gym, and you walk into the high school or into the middle school for the first time, what do you look like? Who wants to go first?
Mitch looks exactly like he always looks. He's changed out his American flag bandana for a black formal bandana, and he's put on a clip-on bow tie. And that is it.
Okay, so you walk in as the kids are dancing out on the gym floor, and who is the next person to show up?
Rob will show up. He's got on clothes that clearly aren't his size. It's like he knew his dad had some nice clothes because all he has is t-shirts and blue jeans. So he's got some slacks that he's got pulled up almost to his navel, and just cinched tight with a belt. So it's like they're just super tiny and they're just blowed out around the sides. And he's got a shirt that's big and floppy. It's just hanging over everything and just hanging off of his, little scrawny arms. But he's doing his best to try to, look kind of cool. Not realizing that he looks like, a small person in XXX clothes. There was no analogy there. That's what I was trying to go for. He looks like a small person in XXX clothes. Yeah, he's got tall tee on.
And I have to ask, the helmet.
It's on. He's done his hair. He's kind of tried to wet it down and make it look greasy as the times call for. And he's just kind of got his helmet propped up on the back. He doesn't have it fully on or anything. He's just got it kind of like, he calls it the casual look, where he just kind of sets it back on his head. It's like a Optimus Yamaka kind of thing.
Okay.
Yamaka Prime.
As you walk in, you look around and you see ahead of you Mitch, who is resplendent in bow tie. Who's the next person to show up?
I think Jerry would arrive. He's still like, he's got his plaid jacket just tied around his waist right now. He grabbed, while he was at home, he grabbed like his cleanest tank top, wife beater shirt, white one, threw it on, and like kind of brushed at his hair, but it's been so long since he had a shower. It's real greasy. Other than that, he really didn't change much about his appearance.
Jerry, as you are walking in, you hear a, "Hey, Jerry, wait up."
Ben?
As you turn around, you see your friend Ben running towards you in what looks like a light blue suit. It has a ruffled shirt on the front, and the suit sleeves end about 3/4 length. You remember this was his 5th grade graduation suit. "Hey, Jerry."
What's up, kiddo? You're looking sharp.
"Thanks. I can't believe it still fits."
It doesn't.
I'm just going to roll the sleeves up, I think.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay. He rolls them up. Are we
You
gonna
get a date?
No. What are you gonna do when a girl asks you to dance, Jerry?
I don't know.
I'll just watch what you do.
You'll be all right.
All right. Let's go like punch robots or whatever, dance or whatever.
Yeah, I think we'll have to worry about one more than the other.
I'm not sure which one. Hey, let's go. And he starts skipping in, his pants about mid-calf. And that leaves just George Butts.
Yep. So, I mean, it's something Haley and I discussed beforehand. We're both going. So I show up casually late with Sammy. I'm in there, white on white on white. George doesn't give a shit if it's past Labor Day. He's wearing, he's like dressing like he's straight out of heaven. He's got like the perfect flock of seagull hairs going on right now. And he's just acting like, yeah, he's full on Miami Vice, but like the Pope.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just he is strutting like he's hot shit right now.
Nice. So as Dancing in Heaven is playing, so arrives George the Angel Butts. And as you all walk in, you quickly congregate. And no sooner have you descended on this, the first of what will be several culturally evaluated and precious social situations of your middle school existence, you see 21 children funnel in through the front doors.
Butts, are you kidding me right now?
It's a dance, man. What are you talking about?
We're here to kill robots. You wore an all-white suit.
Yeah.
We can see you from, like, space, man.
I'll be like a Flash, man. Don't worry about it. And he's like dancing in spot, just doing the 80s white boy dance.
Oh, my God.
His little flock, like this part's like bobbing around a little bit. Exactly that.
You need a distraction.
Perfect. Because all eyes should be on me. Look at me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you're radiant.
Thanks, buddy.
Fine, then that's it. You're going to be the distraction. Go dance with the weird kids.
Okay.
No,
I was going to anyway.
those
All right.
kids. And he points towards the
Rob's over there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm right now with you guys.
He's like, no. He points to the robots.
Oh, those weird kids. All right. Well, it's hard to tell. There's so many right now.
Yeah, whatever.
So he
Okay.
dance walks over there.
Guys, like,
So technically Sammy is technically here, but obviously since Haley's not, she absorbed in the background, I guess.
Yeah, we'll say that Sam has been brought up to speed on what's going on. So when Haley comes back next week, Sam will know everything that's occurred. But at the same time, she kind of peels back a bit, as maybe it's the protective nature of George or some of the other people that just said, hey, you can't identify, let us point him out before you make a move. So she kind of sits back and waits for everybody else, much like Ben would. So like she and Ben kind of stand back and wait for you guys to act point in all of this. And because we had Rob dancing, and for the first time, I would like to play the Whispers Rock Steady as it cues up, and Rob, with the Optimus Prime helmet coyly perched upon his head, gets his iconic song. All right, so with Rock Steady playing, and as you guys dance up, are you dancing up on like the 21?
Rob's just kind of doing his own thing, waiting to see what the group decision is. But while we're just he's with the group, but while he's with the group, he's just kind of getting his groove on. So what are we gonna hit some move? Do?
so I stopped at home, and Jerry will like reach down to his jacket that's tied around his waist and kind of like show the neck of the bottle sticking out of one of his tied sleeves. I'm gonna spike the punch, and we're gonna find out if robots can get drunk.
How does that help us, Jerry?
Because if they can, then they'll be easier to deal with.
What if they don't drink anything?
We'll take them one. Rob will
But-
go over and dance with one of the girls
No, he won't.
and take her a drink.
No, he won't.
You got all those sweet moves, though, Rob.
Rob, roll a move roll for me.
This is gonna go new addition to nothing real quick, but move, right? Oh,
Hey.
As you're dancing, Rob, you look over and you see that May is kind of offset by where the buffet would be, pretzels, chips, sodas, the punch bowls over there too. And she's with her crutch talking to some other people from volleyball, and her eyes go over and you can tell that they're going to hit you. I will allow you to use your pride or luck if you want to re-roll this.
Muted.
You're muted. Yep.
does luck reset ever or no?
Yeah, luck will reset at the end of the session. So you have, I believe, 3
I have-
luck.
Yeah, I still had it set to 2 because I used it that first game. So yeah, I'm gonna use that luck, and I'm gonna roll another move.
Holy shit.
Oh, I got the Michael going on. What?
So just at the right time, as May's green eyes sweep across the gym, she sees the most fluid dancer on the floor, as Rob is just perfect with the whispers, just lockstep with the beat music, and from everything he's seen on Soul Train and all of the actual live actions where the whispers have played. And her eyes linger for a moment, and her head turns and narrow, and she smiles.
And he's gonna see her. He's gonna see her hit a couple more moves and just kind of.
Now take the cup. Take the punch.
He's gonna grab the cup and just. is just gonna kind of like slowly dance over to one of the robo children. Or
Everybody roll and investigate for me, please.
Lee. Nope. Wow, Rob's on fire tonight.
Yeah.
So, Rob, as you're dancing over towards one of the others and kind of your eyes still kind of peripherally on May, who we narratively set to be at the table with the punch, you see two of the robo children walk up. May doesn't seem to notice them at all, nor does any of the other children in this dance. They produce what looks to be two beakers, one filled with red fluid, one filled with blue fluid. They reach over and pour into the punch at a simultaneous movement, the red and blue fluid linking together in mid-pour, forming a purple column of liquid. And as it touches the center of the punch bowl, you see a wisp of steam or smoke coalesce along the top of the punch and then evaporate in a twirl. And a wisp of it dances past May's eyes. She does not notice at all, nor does Miss Diaz, the Spanish teacher, who is ladling out the punch.
Rob's gonna make an executive decision, and in his sweet moves, he's going to attempt something he's never actually attempted before, knowing the catastrophic failure that it's going to happen. And when he gets near the table where the punch is, or where because I'm assuming there's two separate punch bowls, right? You know, they were, where I was walking towards, it's like right there, right?
Yeah, there's one main punch bowl that everybody seems to get stuff ladled out, and you see that there's like fruit punch from the grocery store that can be poured into it. But there's one area that they're ladling stuff into for the specific reason of students like Jerry. There's not multiple punch bowls here because there's always a Jerry who's going to try something like this.
Always a Jerry.
Oh yeah, Rob, your glass was just alcohol. Straight alcohol.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm sorry, Jerry, but Rob's, after he sees this and he boogies on past, he's gonna turn and attempt to moonwalk. Now, when he attempts to moonwalk, I mean, all this jiggling and jiving, his pants have kind of come loose from the cinch around the waist, so they start riding low, and one fail step on the moon and one giant slide for Kid Kind, he just eats crap by stepping on his slacks and pulling his pants down to his knees and goes, oh, and makes sure he falls towards the table in the most WWF time, you know, because this is 1987, you know, it just goes, oh, and just tries to like slam onto the table and ruin everything. And if it does, the table doesn't actually break, he just goes, oh, and rolls around and tries to just knock everything off the table.
Okay, so absolutely, as you are deliberately trying to fail, there's no roll for this, and you had 3 successes before, so this is a continuation of that very movement. But just to be clear, this is not Rob eating shit. This is Rob designing the move to eat shit, right?
Yeah, the pants thing, not part of the plan.
Okay, so Rob is taking a social, like, heart shot for the team here, as for a moment with these incredible moves and the whispers playing and rock steady, there are the looks of, man, Rob, what happened to Rob this summer? Rob, I knew he went away, but wait, look at Rob. And then pants down to the knees, shit has been eaten. You fall and smash into the table. The punch bowl goes into the air. You watch as it kind of careens over you. It splashes onto the ground. Rob, you and you alone bear witness to the pitting of the hardwood parquet floor of the gym as whatever was in that punch bowl begins to eat through the hardwood floor. No one else sees more than spilled punch, except, of course, for you. There is laughter, and you see May look at you, and she goes to help you up, And then you see two of her friends kind of grab her arm and grab the crutch and pull her away as you are left alone with the laughter of voices of middle school. The rest of you see this.
I think Mitch kind of runs in. And like I think he first and foremost takes the stupid helmet off of Rob's head and kind of like tucks it under his jacket and then begins to like haul Rob up because everyone in here is looking at him. And he's kind of like dragging him away towards like, you know where like the two sets of bleachers have that like space in between? He's dragging him to like that corner of the bleachers so that no one can see him, and then everyone forgets and goes back to dancing. But he's got like the helmet tucked under. He's like, what the hell was that? What did you do?
Punch poison.
And he kind of looks back. Does he see the pitted holes in the...
You can see that it looks very much like at least a low-level acid has been thrown on the floor. And you see people running a mop over it, and you can even see wisps coming from the long tails of the cotton mop. All of you can see this.
May was in line for punch.
Of course she was. Shit. Yeah, I think he like drags him over there and then puts the helmet back on his head, and he's like, "All right, well, I don't know what we're gonna do now, but I guess you might have saved everyone's life, man. So,
I try."
Yeah.
At this point, you all see 21 children turn and walk out of the gymnasium.
I think at that point, like Mitch, like is waving towards Jerry.
Yeah, I think Jerry's gonna make his move and get near the door they're filing out.
Are you going to move to block them?
I think he's gonna try to cut off the last person in the line. Just body block. Just get in between them and the door.
Okay, I need you to roll a... let's go with a force here. This is right up your alley anyway. Magic number here is 3.
Well,
What about a 1?
maybe I'll use a luck.
Go ahead.
No, it just wasn't meant to be.
So as you throw your normally extremely effective shoulder into the last child, which is a boy about the same size as Ben, you feel as if, not that you hit a wall, you feel as if you hit yourself doing the exact same thing to you. And as you hit, you feel your shoulder pop as it comes in and out for a second. And as you spin and turn back around, you kind of flex your arm as you're and the child just looks up for a second, and you see a glint of red kind of go across, almost like a heart monitor. And it turns and joins the group and walks off. Who has the helmet?
It's on Rob's head.
Incoming communique from Teletran 1. Incoming communique from Teletran 1.
And when Rob hears this and there's just so much excitement going on, he probably says the first thing that any of these guys have ever heard him say without stuttering in his own voice, and he just repeats that. Incoming turn 1. Whatever you said.
That's his voice, man.
Yeah. he didn't mumble it. I started saying it and I was like, I forgot every word of what he said 5 times in a row.
Incoming communique from Teletran 1.
Is Rob like zombie mode right now, or is he like...
he doesn't like incoming. He's just repeating what he hears word for word. Just trying to get somebody to be like, what is it? Like he like before, like he's just like incoming communique from Teletron 1. Incoming communique from Teletron 1.
Yeah, Mitch kind of reaches up, like, I think it's just you and I are where we are, and he's like staring at you, and he just reaches up into your helmet and hits the button.
They're running.
They're running.
Don't let them get away.
We can't let them get away.
Shit. Come on. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his sweet disposable camera, and he starts quickly moving across the dance floor towards Jerry.
Yeah, how's Jerry doing?
You did.
Kind of humbled at this point. That kid was so small. I think Jerry, because he's kind of on his own at the moment, he'd take a moment to let himself be afraid. But as everyone kind of gets towards his position, he puts up that tough guy facade again. Man, I think we're screwed.
No, I got the tasers. We gotta go. And then, yeah, he doesn't have a reputation of hold. He just looks across and he's like, "Butts!" And then he runs out of the door.
The Butts is definitely like he. So I wanted to say earlier, he was trying to like dance real loud so everybody would not look at Robbo, and then he just kept dancing loud.
Okay, I tell you what, that's a great idea. Roll a charm for me.
Sweet.
And you can use your iconic if you want to, as I know it falls into that purview, and we will see if maybe you pulled some heat from Rob during that exchange.
Yeah, I'll use that to like redo my hair so I look super flash, super extra. Wow, I rolled like 20 dice, but one success.
Okay, so for the narrative going forward, let it be on the record of Atari Twilight that despite everything that's been said, George Butts did try to step up, and he did in fact take a bit of heat from a Rob Ott. So, what do you guys want to do?
Mitch ran to Jerry, and he's running out of the door
Yeah.
after these kids.
Okay, as soon as you get outside, Mitch, you see these kids hauling ass through Garrett. I'm talking full-on T-1000 running as you see them like full movements going through the town back towards the house that you know wasn't there a day before.
Shit. He's gonna look around. I assume it's a small town. There are several bicycles to include his own, but he's looking for the Pingmobile.
It's there as May is inside.
I'm gonna steal that shit. Can we fit two people on that thing, or is it a one-person scooter?
You could definitely fit two, and there is somebody that knows how to drive the Pingmobile if you wanted to wield your camera.
Yeah. Because I mean, I guess he's like kind of pulling Rob with him, like over to Jerry, right? Like we kind of came together, I would assume. So he like stops, looks around, he like looks at the bikes, and then he sees it like the street light like bling reflects off the plastic chrome, and he like sees it, and then looks to Rob, and then points to the Pingmobile. And he said, "Let's go, hero."
Oh, okay. And he runs over to it, and he gets on, and then you get on behind me.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. And he's gonna crank it up.
And as the keys were left in the Pingmobile, because who the fuck's gonna steal the Pingmobile, you're able to turn it on and it fires up. It is that monster that you drove just the day before. And everybody, to cap off this evening, put on the Warrior as we cue this bad boy up.
We're shooting down the walls of heartache, bang, bang.
So as you guys peel off, we're going to say that George and Jerry, you guys run out of the gym with Ben, and you bear witness to these two knights shooting off on the ping-mobile and up the road, and you guys catch the last one. Jerry, you see the one that kind of shoulder checked you as it's running up the hill towards the house. All of your bikes are there, but keeping up with them is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think playing catch up is the only way to go.
Yeah, George definitely danced his way out of there, like trying to play it off. And then as soon as he got to the doors, he's sprinting out to his bike, hopefully, and then catching up.
Absolutely. So the all-white Angel takes to his 3-speed or whatever we gave. We know it has multiple speeds for George. So as you guys kind of pull off into formation with Ben, you're heading up, but it is now up to both Rob and Mitch as you guys are closing, but you see them beginning to file into the house at a rapid pace.
Does the item give me any bonus? The camera.
You will not know until you try something.
Well, shit. Okay, yeah. So if we can get the bike close enough, I'm just gonna lean over and zap this thing. I mean, unless we can get in front of it.
Oh, can we get in front of it?
This is going to take a. Let me see what I'm going to make you roll
Easy
for this.
Knight Rider.
This one's going to be a. We're going to go with a move here, as this is going to take some weaving up on the sidewalk shit.
Rob's seen Easy Rider a couple times.
Holy shit.
So, Rob, as you're driving and in your ear, you can hear Optimus, "Yes, go." As you jump up on the sidewalk and you're going to cut off the last kid, you are able to angle the ping-mobile directly between the second to last and the last kid as they turn to go up the walk. And you can turn and you have your disposable camera as you punch it towards the chest of the last child.
It's like, look at that electric whining. Me. He jumps the curb. So he's able to cut off the last person.
And yeah, before he does that, because he's gonna drop gear and swerve. He's gonna be like, hold on to your potatoes.
What? How do you stop in front of this kid, or do you not?
This is a drive-by. He had to pick up too much speed.
Oh, okay,
So-
perfect. Yeah. So then I'm
You get
leaning,
one shot.
like I'm grabbing onto the back of Rob's, like whatever he's wearing, like his suit, right? And I'm leaning as far over as I can with the camera thing, and I'm gonna hit that button. What am I rolling for this?
What I want right here is I want a tinker check.
Okay.
As the other three crest the hill. By the way, as soon as you did that, I heard "Victory is mine" as I'm listening to Warrior. Okay, so as you drive by and almost strafe this last kid, you hit and there's a huge backlash. Rob, you actually feel a jolt as it goes through Mitch and into you. Mitch, your hand seizes for a second and you drop the disposable camera as it's not insulated well on the backflash. But you see on the arm of the kid where you hit, it splits and tears and the flesh peels away, and beneath it you see a bright metallic gold, and the kid grabs the arm, and as you go by everything slows and you see the almost the heartbeat monitor as the eyes go past the two of you, and the child turns and begins to fall, and a couple of them run back and grab it and drag it into the lawn. And as it's being dragged across the lawn, you see pieces of its flesh that you have severed and burned catch on the grass glass, and it shreds and pools, and you see them kind of almost tearing off this flesh suit around this metallic bipedal something. And all of the children finally pull this creature into the lawn and run up into the house. But Anna Harris is standing there looking at the two of you.
We're still cruising, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
ride by. Do you guys stop, or do you? She's standing there as she watches you go by, and the other three, you guys are coming up into the area now.
Is
As
the
you
thing-
saw all this go down,
Is the thing still on the lawn, or do they take it into the house?
they drug it into the house. Pieces of it are still on the lawn as it caught and tore.
Oh man, I can't. Mitch taps him on the head. He taps Rob on the head to tell him to to stop.
And they almost like just Indo almost.
Yeah, you feel that weight and the heat leave as he dismounts, and you just look and you see him running towards the robot house. And I'm gonna try to grab anything that I can.
Well, the kids have disappeared inside the house,
Yeah.
but you're trying to grab a piece of whatever it
Yeah.
was. Okay, as you go to grab a piece, and this is all of you get into the area. Rob, you've kind of pulled the pingmobile, and you're standing there bearing witness as you see a piece that was, you actually see your camera lying off of the lease line, and there is something dangling from the electrode end of it. It's a piece of the creature, and it's off of the actual property.
He grabs that.
Okay, so as you grab that and pull it up, almost like a burnt streamer on the end of this kind of shattered cardboard camera, and you turn it back and look, you all hear the following. We know you can see us. Your families and friends cannot. When we return, stay out of our way, or you will have less friends and family. And with the last jerk of the head, you all close your eyes and open them, and the vacant lot is before you.
Fuck.
And Rob, in your helmet, you hear,
You flushed them out, Beatbox. Excellent work, Autobot.
and that is where we will end this episode of Atari Twilight.
God damn.
Dope.
Man. Way to go, Boxmas Prime.
Yeah. Yeah.
PV Prime beats.
You get the fucking spark of leadership.
Right. I don't know how there's enough blood going through my body to keep me conscious right now.
Wow.
Gregory. Holy smokes, Gregory.
Wow. Man, I was talking to Mike today at work, and I was like, every day that we play, I'm like, okay, so like Greg said, first episode, you're going to the Predator movie. I'm like, how the fuck is this going to be a mystery? And then day 2, it was like, it's 4th of July. I'm like, how the fuck is this going to be a mystery? And how is that going to tie into the Predator? And today it's like, you're going to a school dance. I'm like, I don't understand. And then every time I'm like, robots! I'm like the crazy guy in the Aliens show. I'm like, it's always aliens. More and more becoming that guy. Ancient history guy. Oh man, that was super awesome. All right, cool. Let's go around, hear from our cast and crew, who you guys are and what you guys thought about the show. We'll start with Greg. Greg, as always, who are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think of episode 3, Full House?
Oh man, Greg Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. I have a blast with this. I love these characters. I am a huge fan. I say it in the chat all the time. I love every one of everything they bring is so unique to the story. It's fantastic as somebody that's able to put a story together, knowing that these characters are going to go through it. It's an absolute dream come true. I couldn't love it anymore. Let's see, just follow me on Twitter to see what I'm getting into. A couple new things on the channel. We have Donathan Fry is going to start a Dragonlance Ravenloft on Grimjack21502 starting on Wednesday nights in October. Also, Grant Ellis is coming for Friday nights. We're going to do a little bit of that Invisible Sun action. But by God, meet me back here so we can go back to the 80s, listen to some music, and tomorrow morning, episode 4, the Joshua Trees soundtrack, will be available on Twitter. So please follow it. Until next time, everyone, stay radical.
Sweet. Let's go over to the dance superstar of the night, Mr. KW Frags. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of episode 3?
Oh, I thought it was George Butts. I thought George Butts was the hot dancer of the evening.
You scored like a 3 on dance moves, my guy.
I hang around here on Twitch, KW Frags, Twitter, KW Frags, and your mom's house says what's up. No, I fully enjoyed everything that happened this evening. Everything. I liked it. I can't say any more other than I love this game. Like just the Tales from the Loop, the setting, the pseudo sci-fi ish feel of 80s awesomeness. And I always used to wonder what the big deal was with Greg, why Mike was always in love with Greg. And then I played
it's not just his boyish good looks.
Yeah, I played a game with Greg and I was like, yeah, give me some of that. You know, I was about it. I love you, Greg.
Perfect. And as the world star backup dancer and shining white angel of the 80s, Mike, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of episode 3?
So I'm Mike the Anonymous Rhino. You can find me on Twitter at BaloneySlap. Man, it's every time I'm in the same, like Mike and I do, we talk about this at work quite often. And today we were literally talking about, what the fuck is going to happen at the dance? Like, how is this going to tie in? And every time we're blown away with like, oh shit, no, all right, awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, especially called the Joshua Trees. I'm definitely the things are turning up there.
And
Definitely
you still have
looking
no idea every time.
Yeah.
Like we literally spend, like Mike and I live together, so like we spend like from today until about 7 o'clock next Monday, we're gonna be like, what the fuck happened? Like what happened? What happened in the previous episode? What happened in the next episode? I don't understand. And what is Greg gonna do? And how is it gonna be about the Joshua Tree? And how does this play in? Where are we going? Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's pretty awesome. I'm super to play. And definitely last but not least, Mr. Bitters, who are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think of episode 3?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Bitters. You can find me here. This episode was awesome. Today at work, like just to make sure everything was fresh, I listened to the previous episode. I got called out for being a dork for listening to myself at work by someone who kept catching me laughing. And I'm okay with that.
Perfect.
But what I wasn't ready for tonight was fucking beatbox. For God's sakes. I want to call that out one last time.
You like that? Yeah, I threw in 2 more. I threw in the 2 references there at the end. I was super proud of that. They just kind of got softball pitched to me.
Just the worst.
Awful. Terrible. Cool. Guys, this has been super fun. As always, follow us on our social media. It's unMadeGaming everywhere. Join us in the Discord. That's probably the best place to find out all about our shit and what we're doing. We'll be here tomorrow for the North Seat, which is a Norse dreamscape kind of game in D&D 5e. We'll be here on Wednesday. Greg will be back, actually, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for Shadows over Drift Chapel Part 2. Again, we'll be back on Thursday for Islands in the Sky. And that's it. That's it. I have a bachelor party for one of our mods on Friday and Saturday, and we're going to be shit-faced. So expect pictures and drunk debauchery. As always, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. This is a sponsored stream. We are sponsored by the Dice of Rolling. They are a full set of color-coded polyhedral dice customized for 5e. They also have hand-blazed wooden tokens for your tables. Definitely go check those out. It's like carrying 100 minis in your pocket. And yeah, I think with that, we're going to get the hell out of here and raid one of our lovely friends, the Bubbernaut. He's playing some Shadowrun right now, so go check him out and give him all your hot, sticky raid love. And yeah, from all of us to you guys, bye-bye!